Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Following Lucha. I'm Sam Gelfand alongside my good friend JC Cola and the Steven guy who I just met 5 minutes ago. To be honest, I only have a rough idea of how this podcast will actually play out, because I'm a surprise special guest, but these two guys know it a little bit better than me. Why don't you take it away, JC?
We really don't, but thank you so much, Sam, for being here. I gotta know, though, what are your first impressions of the Steven character you met like a couple minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, man.
He has the best bed sheets I've ever seen in my entire life.
He really does, guys. For all the
actual room.
Exactly. For all the video watchers of Following Lucha, Steven, you look beautiful tonight, I have to tell you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. But guys, yes, this is Following Lucha. We are the lore keepers of Lucha Underground. Every week we do a retrospective of some old episode of Lucha Underground. We talk about that week in professional wrestling, and of course, we cover the current events. And so that's what we're here to do. Steven, how's your week been? I need to know.
Dude, I've been watching Community for the past week, dude.
Oh my god, this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Peak television, in my opinion. Man.
Oh, is it? That's cool. That's cool. I like the Seth Green episode. I already told you. Yeah, that was
I like when I do a podcast about a TV show and you're like, no, this other thing is better television.
Other thing is better.
I think so. But I think we can just get right into this week's episode, Steven. And Sam.
Oh, you don't want to introduce Sam?
Well, Sam's right here.
Who is Sam?
I was just going to let the audience figure it out as we go. I'll give Sam an introduction. Sam is a professional broadcaster with over 10 years of experience in the art of play-by-play, announcing, production, just every aspect of the profession, of the field. And he's here today joining us on Following Lucha out of the kindness of his heart. Just last night, he provided commentary for a local wrestling show here in Austin. He was just here. The reason he's here in Texas is because he was helping CNN provide coverage of some unfortunate events happening in the world. And now, before he heads out later today, he's so kind as to join us here on Following Lucha. And he's getting the big bucks for it, isn't he?
So essentially, I'm you, but better.
Essentially.
Now people can stop commenting about us being fake wrestling fans.
Exactly. We get people telling us all the time, "You're not real journalists. You're not real journalists." We're officially...
I have a contract. I am a real journalism.
Let's go.
He's real journalism.
But because
my Twitter bio for years now has been, I just want to be a real journalism, and I'm going to be starting my first day in a couple of weeks, and it will be a momentous occasion because I will finally change my Twitter bio to finally a real journalism.
Let's go. And I imagine
that's the goal.
It really is.
Dream.
I imagine the Following Lucha listeners have already fallen in love with you, Sam. So where can they find you on Twitter and social media? Let's get plugs done right now in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, because it's not on the graphics because we couldn't be bothered to change it. But you can find me on Twitter at StuckInSamsHead.
I like how you did that, like with your finger, like a graphic's gonna pop up. There won't be one, unfortunately. I hate to tell you, there is not going to be one. But
a man can dream.
Really, I mean, you know what? 355. I'll remember that definitely. So yeah. So guys, we watched episode 14, season 1.
Is this literally Austin 355?
Oh my God. This is a great question. This is a great question. I cannot confirm nor deny. We watched episode 14 of Lucha Underground. The episode, it has actually 2 titles, Steven. This was a first for Lucha Underground. It was so confusing because I didn't know if I was...
Wait, is there 2 titles for it?
Yeah, there were 2 titles.
Did I watch the right one?
I hope so. We're about to find out. But basically, I think what happened is, you know how like when a season is prepared for TV and before it goes live, it shows up sort of on like the TV guide and like in the menus and on DVRs. I think because this episode, the official title that they go by now is Shot of El Patron, because it was the debut of Alberto Del Rio, right? I think at the time they didn't want to spoil that Alberto was going to be joining Lucha Underground. And so because of that, the temporary title was Open Mic Night. So as long as you watched
either... I saw.
Okay, perfect.
I watched Okay.
Yeah, so originally titled Open Mic Night, now it's A Shot of El Patron, and it is from February 11th of 2015. And of course, the episode starts off with a recap that will be relevant to this week's episode. And this was a long-ass recap, okay? Compared to usual, there's so many bullet points, so let me go through them all. The crew.
Might skip them.
Run it down for us.
We will. I'll run it down. I'll run it down. The crew we found out belongs to Dario Cueto because of course he beat up Big Ryck. They blinded him. Devastating. But we're very proud of the crew, aren't we, Steven?
They're great, dude. How do you feel about the crew, Sam? How do you feel about them?
I quite like the crew. They are very good heels because they do nothing flashy. They're very good. They're very good.
No, they're very flashy.
Flashiest. Oh my god.
They're so flashy. It's their wife beaters that make them look boring.
Oh my god.
That's it.
It is. But they have to compensate, otherwise they're just so exciting of men. They need the outfits to be as dull as possible. It's balance.
Yeah, you have to take away the shine so you can give it back to the faces.
Precisely.
Right,
So we find out that the crew belongs to Dario Cueto and not Big Ryck as we might have originally thought. We saw that Catrina, this was weeks and weeks and weeks ago that they put in the recap, but Catrina is upset at Chavo Guerrero because she accuses him of stealing something from Mil Muertes and said that Mil's eventually going to get it back from him, which is very exciting. When we also cut to last week when Phoenix pinned Mil Muertes with like a roll-up, and Catrina was so impressed by this that she made out with him.
A nice roll-up, man.
Exactly. And Sam, we were very excited about this last week because it marked the very first cuck angle in Lucha Underground. And it's so exciting. We've been waiting 15 weeks for this, okay? So
well, there is nothing that gets women's attention like a good roll-up.
Oh my god, honestly.
It's like,
it's the face cucking this time.
It's like
That's the crazy part.
You win the race, you win me. You win the match, you win me. Just give me a roll-up and I'm all there for it.
Honestly. And
Maybe
then
it's special.
Like, forget your personality, forget your looks, forget how you treat people.
Yeah.
I just want to see who wins.
And I respect that. I love that that's what Catrina looks for in a person, I think she's a very honorable woman, and oh my god, is she... Steven, what are your thoughts on Catrina?
Catrina? Like the person?
Yeah, on a human level, as a human being.
She's dead, right? Well, technically she's dead, so she's not like a human being.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know if she's dead yet. Is that canon yet? I don't know.
Well, she already said that. I think Matt Stryker may have said that she's lived for however many thousands of years. So I think the implication.
Like a ghost woman.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
But also in the recap, we see that.
So you're saying, JC, that you're necrophiliac?
A little bit. Johnny Mundo lost to Brian Cage last week, thanks to King Cuerno coming out and attacking Johnny Mundo, having Dario Cueto restart the match despite Johnny's injuries, and then promptly losing to the Machine, which is so devastating, so sad. I know.
Is he the Machine or Cage in this?
What do you mean?
He's the Machine. Is that his nickname, the Machine, right?
Yeah,
well, I mean,
the Machine Cage.
Yeah, ever since he debuted, his music started with the "I'm a machine."
I'm a machine.
We also found out that he's not a mortal a few weeks ago, Sam, which is very big. He's not immortal, but he talks about how he will die one day in the same promo, which is
I will die.
I will die, but I am not mortal. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Mortality.
So it's like Mortal Kombat where you can just rip the gods' heads off.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, in Mortal Kombat, all the gods are mortal until you kill them.
Wow, I didn't know that the gods were playable in Mortal Kombat. This is so exciting.
Raiden?
I've never played Mortal Kombat, so this is my I know.
You should play Mortal Kombat.
The greatest game of all time.
I guess I'm a fake wrestling fan, guys. I'm sorry. But most
have you played the wrestling Mortal Kombat game? The one with like Shawn Michaels in it.
What?
It's like it's like the same style of game. It's like an arcade game, right?
We were just talking about that the other day.
Were we?
Yeah, the one that was in arcades, the one with Yokozuna, and you hit him and the fish comes out.
Oh, I didn't know that was a fighter game like that.
One, you like smash people like Shawn Michaels' bed. It's like heart shaped.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. They had fatalities and
that's sick as hell. I didn't. Yeah.
And like Undertaker's fatality, like shoots lightning out of his hands and he puts someone in a coffin.
Okay.
He shoots lightning from his hands.
That's awesome.
It's like
the Undertaker is just like rest in unlimited power.
Oh yeah, we need all the Undertaker content possible on this podcast. He gets us the views. Steven can attest.
Taker's a draw.
Taker's a draw, man. He really is.
So what we need to do now is we need to find footage of this Undertaker fatality, and we need to like splice it in with us talking about it.
We do. That'll be one of the TikToks. Steven, that's your job, okay? You got that? Okay, cool.
So now Steven is TikTok on the clock.
Let's go. Steven's not getting paid for shit, I'm going to be honest.
We don't get paid yet.
No, unfortunately.
Once we get our first sponsor,
We already got Anchor paying us 10 cents every 100 views. Let's go.
Hey, that's not bad, dude. That's
not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, okay. The last thing on the
Anchor
recap.
holding it down.
They really, honestly, big shout out to Anchor, even though we did not accept their sponsorship. So
that was a pun, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
Anchor
my bad.
holding it down.
Steven, do you get it?
Yes.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Down.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Alberto El Patron showed up at the very end of the last episode in Dario's office and announced that he's going to be joining Lucha Underground. He's excited to be in the temple. And so this week, it is announced that he will be on the microphone. He will be live in the Lucha Underground temple in front of the believers. I guess just talking, which is fun. So...
just do a promo.
Yeah, just a promo. So the episode itself opens up with another meeting with Dario Cueto and Alberto El Patron, of course, in his office. And Dario tells Alberto, I like you. I like your suits. I like your everything. And then El Patron... Exactly.
Yeah, he's got an Aston Martin Vantage Roadster.
Yeah, he does pull up in this. He's a very fancy man. But El Patron tells Dario, I like your key. What does it unlock? Which just seems out of nowhere, you know? It's like really specific.
Key, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he wears it around his neck. He's looking around the office to find something to compliment, and he's not quite sure about the bowl. He's not sure about like the medallions in the back, but he centers on the key.
You're right. But I just feel like
it's polite to compliment someone back.
I guess, but when Dario is being so personal about it, he says, "I like you," meaning he likes Alberto as a person, like on a human level. And then Alberto responds with something as superficial as "I like your key."
But I think that works for Alberto because it shows that he's a superficial person.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe.
I heard he's a man of the people.
He comes in with the suit and the car and the money, and it's kind of implied that that's more of his personality. That's what he has.
The gimmick for all the ex-WWE guys, because this is also John Morrison's gimmick. This is so sad. This is so sad.
They just like the key a lot.
They do, because Johnny stole the key also. Shit. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, he's just
gotta grab that brass key, boys.
He really does. But Dario ignores the question about the key. And Patron starts talking about how he loves the temple and what it represents. But he has something to get off of his chest, okay? And so he has one request, and that is tonight that he's allowed to go to the ring and just talk to the people, right? He's not going to fight tonight. He just wants to talk to the people. But he says that in exchange for this, in exchange for just coming out and talking tonight, he promises Dario that in future weeks he will bring blood to the temple, which is exciting. Steven, are you excited for the inevitable bloodshed from Alberto El Patron?
This can't end well for him, right? Like, going by real life, like, lore. I don't know.
It ends with domestic violence.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate.
I don't know.
It is a little unfortunate, but this is the opening segment. Alberto is officially here in the temple, and then we move on to our first matchup of the night. Huge match. It's Argenis versus Phoenix.
Yo. Has Argenis appeared yet at all?
Argenis, yeah, I think Argenis was in that sick ass trios match with the crew.
Oh, was that him in it?
Yeah, I think it was
him and the Mask Boys.
Argenis, Superfly, and Aerostar. I'm pretty sure.
It's one of those lucha jobbers, right? Where they just have a mask on.
Essentially. But this match was super competitive. Sam and I were talking about it yesterday when we watched. It was like, compared to, I don't want to spoil stuff for you, Stephen, but compared to Argenis' later performances, this was very, very competitive. Okay?
But I think they kind of need that because, like, in order to have an enhancement talent like that, you need to prove that they can hang, because then it makes their opponents' later victories over them better. So Argenis puts up a really strong performance against Phoenix. He looks great.
He does. And I learned in this match that apparently Argenis is the original Sin Cara's brother, like shoot brother, which is cool.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
How did you not hear? Matt Stryker said it like 5 times, Steven.
Well,
were you watching?
Oh my goodness.
To be honest, Lucha Underground is better consumed without commentary.
I wholeheartedly disagree because Vampiro says right off the bat. Exactly. This entire show is just a commentary recap, okay? That's really what Following Lucha is.
We should really just re-record the commentary for Lucha Underground.
No. On top, well, we can't get rid of Matt and Vamp. We'll just talk on top of them. Okay,
so it'll just be a massive cluster.
Yeah, ideally. But as soon as Rey Fenix comes out, he's wearing a pink attire, and Vampiro says, a man's got to have confidence when he fights in pink. Which is very true. It's very true. Vampiro showing some respect.
And slight homophobia.
And a little bit of that, but this is to be expected.
Unless it's October, that's when the Susan G. Komen stuff happens.
Oh, true. Vampiro also, for the first time ever in Lucha Underground history, says a nice thing about Conan. And he talks about how he's like a legend, and that he should get respect for starting AAA, which is just. I don't understand Vampiro. This is the one consistency about his character so far in the show is that he hates Conan, and now we don't even have that. So it's tough. It's very tough.
Conan now.
I guess he does.
I love Conan. That guy is great. He follows us on TikTok. Awesome.
He really does. His podcast producer loves us, Sam. I don't know if you know.
I did not know that, but I was saying to you yesterday. I mean, I've been watching a little bit of late '90s WCW, and I've seen Conan. Compete for the first time because I was used to just seeing him do the Mexican gangster gimmick and the orale and all that, and I was like, it's kind of cringy, but seeing him in the ring actually competing, he is really good. He was a really good competitor.
And as I brought up last night when you told me that, you wouldn't garner that information from watching Lucha Underground because his one spot he had was whiffed by a mile and he still bladed on it, which is great.
He super bladed for it.
He really, it was a very deep cut. There was just Crimson Mask for just... because Brian Cage hit him with the title basically before. You remember when Brian Cage tore up the championship?
Yeah.
Right before that, he smashes Conan in the head with it, but he doesn't. Well, you know what? I think that part of it may have been because when Conan was a competitor, his footwork was really incredible, and he moved very smoothly in the ring. And since he's been in Lucha Underground, he's been using the cane. Oh, true.
The cane limits him.
He really does.
So it takes away his best aspect of being a professional wrestler, which is his footwork and his movement, which would explain why he whiffs and still blades.
This is true. But at some point during this match, Catrina comes out, and as we already talked about, she of course is now cucking Mil Muertes with Rey Fenix. This is why she is here. And as soon as she comes out, Vampiro just says the words, "My fantasy," and then he cuts himself off, which is really nice.
Did he cut himself off, or the production do it?
We know
we know that production changes his script every so often.
Yeah. We saw, because again we do a current events in the week of the episode, Sam.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago there was just a news story about how apparently the Lucha Underground production team is very, very upset and pissed off with Vampiro for how much post production they have to do, to his track specifically, with cutting out curse words and him being weird, and so. It's just very valuable information. It's very valuable.
My fantasy cut
My
off.
fantasy.
My fantasy.
You can just see the producers in the back going, "Oh God, cut his mic before he says something stupid.
Yeah.
Oh God, just end it now. End it now."
But then, just to make sure that something creepy gets on air, Matt Stryker pipes up and he says, "At risk of sounding like a pervert, Katrina looks like she's turned on by all this action."
Cut it now.
Steven, did you hear this line? Because
I heard it.
You did? Okay, perfect.
Great line,
because Vampiro responds by saying, "At risk of admitting I'm a pervert, I am turned on."
I am turned on, guys. I am.
And Matt Stryker just goes so quiet. He does not respond, which is kind of what you have to do.
He instigated the
really
conversation, too.
He really did.
It's his fault.
What did he expect from that?
I don't know, but...
Just if you are... Top tip for all of you aspiring broadcasters out there. If you are going to begin a sentence with, "at risk of sounding like a pervert," perhaps you should keep it to yourself.
However,
because if you think there's a risk of it, there probably is.
That's fair, but if you want to start a sentence by saying, "at risk of admitting I'm a pervert," go for it. You're comfortable in your own skin, so you should just live your life. I think so. Matt Stryker at one point screams, "This match is lit." And then Phoenix gets a fired. Yeah, it really is.
That really aged the episode.
Yeah, I found myself realizing, because I heard that as it's lit at first, but then I realized, wait a minute, he meant as in a match, as in striking a match.
Oh shit!
Because it's 2015, people didn't say it's lit yet.
They had to have said it's lit.
No, they had to.
They
that was
did.
2012 thing, wasn't it? Saying lit.
No, that was 2017.
No, you're definitely off on this.
I'm old, remember?
So old. I think, Steven, we're the youth here, okay? We're the youngins on this podcast. Literally, everyone on TikTok thinks we're 16 years old. Everybody. Which I think is just because of him. Because I don't look 16.
Me?
He looks 16.
I don't know.
Indeed.
I've been told I've looked 17 since I was like 18, but I've also been
that's
offered.
far of an age gap.
But I've also been offered the wine list since I was 16. So
Oh,
like,
that's
I
cool.
really don't know at this point.
I
I
think
think it's the voice too, right?
It's the
Unless your
voice.
voice was like really like high pitched back then. I don't know.
And I'm also like 6'2", so you know it's like if I go to a restaurant and they're like, would you like the wine list? Are you over 21? And I just have to stand up in my full height and go, do I look like I'm over 21 to you?
this is
So
terrifying.
the complete opposite happens to me because me and JC went to an arcade once, like a
Oh
barcade.
my god, yeah.
As we walked in, our friend's like, "Yo, I'm 21." He hands over the ID, right? And then it's like, "All right, you can drink." And then she looks
Like,
at me and is like, "Nah, you're not drinking tonight."
This is so messed up. So, but you didn't even say anything. You didn't even speak up about it. You were just like, "Yep, no,
I
I'm
mean,
not."
I wasn't gonna
And you
drink
walked on by.
anyways, but I just thought it was awesome.
I guess so. I
You
guess
know what?
so.
Hang on to it for as long as you can, because
Oh,
there
that's
will
fine.
be a point where we feel like, why couldn't we be looking younger?
Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly, I love
Yeah.
that everyone thinks we're so young on TikTok, okay? Because literally the only audience we get is people our age or younger. Everyone older hates us,
Yeah,
okay?
18 to 22 crowd, let's go.
Yeah, our 18 to 22 demo is way up there. It's awesome.
I'm
It's
gonna bring in
awesome.
I will be bringing in the 18 to 26 demo.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
But basically, as soon as Matt Striker screams that this match is lit, the finish shortly follows, where Phoenix hits a fire driver, he wins the match, and then Catrina crawls on top of Argenis.
And that's, by the way, how you know that he meant he was striking a match, because he's striking the match for the fire driver.
Ooh, oh my gosh, so many layers here. This is exciting.
That's the one thing I will give to Matt Striker, is he likes to go for these metaphors for
He does.
far too long.
He does, and most of them are very, very religious. Okay, he loves
What's
his
the-
Jesus, which I appreciate.
He loves
What's
his
another one? It's
Jesus.
like marshmallow, right? It's another common occurrence of him.
Oh my
Just
God,
calling
whenever
little people marshmallow.
Masquerita Sagrada comes out, he calls him a marshmallow. And like the maybe the best line on commentary so far from all of Lucha Underground is Big Ryck grabbing a hold of Masquerita Sagrada, and Matt Striker, I guess, doing a Big Ryck impression where he goes, marshmallow. It's
He's gonna
horrible.
eat him.
Oh,
And then they're gonna eat me!
it's horrible.
Oh my
Horrible.
god!
It is horrible, but Catrina is licking the face of Argenis while she locks eyes with Rey Fenix, and it's a wonderful sight. I have to say.
Pretty cool.
It
At
really
risk of
is.
sounding like a pervert.
At risk of admitting I'm a pervert, Sam, excuse you. So Catrina and Mil Muertes are backstage for the next segment, and I guess this is their first interaction since she's kissed Rey Fenix, and I can't tell if he knows about it or not. You
I
know?
think he knows.
I think so.
Because he lifts her off of the ground by the neck.
Yeah, he is choking her, strangling her. That's fair. But Catrina basically says something to the effect of, the power of 1,000 lives is valuable. It's that power that was too much for you, Mil. And then, so I don't know if that line enough was what got him to choke her. You know, because that's very confrontational, I feel like, you know?
It is, yeah.
The choke was insane. Like he choked her above the ground. It was crazy. Like she lifted
Yeah.
him or her by the throat.
How dare you? How dare you
That's
misgender
crazy.
Catrina?
Like, the effect they did for like the little like feet effect where she jumped up but slowly like lifted herself was so weird looking.
It's sick.
I think what it was there were definitely like people on either side of her like lifting her up by the shoulders.
Oh,
And they were
okay.
just framing the shot on the ground.
That's
so
fair.
that's how they got it to like steadily rise.
You mean he didn't choke her? That's
Probably
so sad.
could've.
That is so sad. But Mil Muertes lets go of her and he yells, "I need nothing." So I don't know what this means. It's hard for me to follow what's going on here. But Mil Muertes needs nothing. Catrina thinks he has too much power, and he may or may not know that she's cheating on him. So
Well, I
Poor
mean,
Mil's in, like so many storylines.
so
I
like
know.
Poor dude.
Katrina gave Mil Muertes his power, right?
we assume so, right? Like, because she theoretically, and
think
Steven,
so.
I don't know if this is spoilers, right? But Mil Muertes was the little boy in the rubble
Oh.
eating rocks. We know
Yes.
that. That's
Oh, we know that.
established.
We know that.
But I think
Yeah.
Catrina's the one who found him and like sort of took him in after his family died. You know?
Uh-huh.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, if she's like immortal thousands of years, I thought it was like, oh, she's like a servant to the god of death or whatever, or she is the god of death.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool.
One of the two, and then she's like, yes, so I will imbue you with the power of 1,000 souls to do my bidding.
Let's go.
And so I think the
For
story...
wrestling.
I think the story is Mil Muertes is he's kind of trying to bite the hand that feeds because he has all this power and it's going to his head, forgetting that Catrina's the one who gave it to him in the first place.
Yeah, so it's just happy coincidence, happy accident that he's also choking the woman who's cheating on him.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. We're such good lore keepers, guys. Sam, thank you so much for the lore keeping, you know?
Oh, you're welcome.
This is much appreciated.
I love making sense of things that don't make sense.
Okay, I appreciate it.
So much sense.
And you
It's
were right,
like-
Steven. Oh, sorry.
What do you mean?
I was going to say you're right about Mil being involved in so many different storylines because he immediately leaves choking his girlfriend to go beat up Chavo in the hallway. Okay.
So cool because I was just walking. You know, he hasn't been on TV for like weeks, right? He's
Yeah.
been missing. He's walking to the hallway and he gets beat up.
Didn't even have
Poor
time
dude.
Didn't even have time to get an ooh Chavo out there.
No, unfortunately not. Sam, can you hit us with your best Oud Chavo?
Do I have to go falsetto for this?
Yes, you do.
Oh god, I have a career. What am I doing?
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, I've never done this before. I
Okay.
have no idea how this is going to come out.
This is exciting.
Ooh, Chavo.
That was good. That was good. That was
Wow.
respectable. That was
you.
respectable. Steven, how would you rate it?
It was great. I like my higher pitches, you know, for the Zuchavos.
I can't go much higher.
You'd still give it a 10?
7 out of 10.
Oh, 7 out of 10. Okay.
Ain't
okay.
bad. It ain't bad.
A perfect 7 out of 10.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So Mil, no, he walks by Chavo in the hallway. They have an awkward little stare down before Mil just chokes him against the wall, like, and sends Chavo to the ground because he's choked him so hard. And then he tells Chavo that next week he's gonna have to pay his debt. Which again,
Maybe he was practicing with Catrina what he was going to do to Chavo.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe there was some sort of unspoken communication. He was like, "Can I just test this out on you
Yeah.
real quick?
That
Make
makes
sure
it
this
look
is going to work in a
choking.
moment. Is this going to look really cool?"
Oh my god, I think you're right. I think you're right. So they're still on good terms as far as we're aware then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She was just doing him a solid.
Why'd they leave that in the episode? This is so weird. But yeah, so Chavo is gonna have to pay his debt next week. All we know is that he took something from Mil, according to Catrina, and we still don't know what that is.
I think it's the red napkin, right? Because we haven't seen it in a while.
They-
That little tissue he brings
He
up.
took the red napkin?
I think so, right? Like, this is the thing Chavo took in the first episode that Mil appeared in.
Oh,
the second.
I didn't remember
Right?
Chavo taking
I don't.
it.
I haven't seen Mil with the red napkin in a while.
You're right,
too.
but I just think he hasn't fought in a while. You know?
Oh, maybe.
We'll find out next week when he comes out and fights Chavo next week. We'll see if he already has the red napkin. Yeah, or if Chavo comes out with it, then we'll learn.
He's it for Denny's, you know. He's gonna eat after every episode.
That's awesome.
At Denny's specifically.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So I imagine the
canon.
Denny's in Boyle Heights is very nice, you know? I imagine.
It's a very nice Denny's.
Uh-huh.
Just imagine walking into Denny's at Boyle Heights and there's just like Mil Muertes in the corner with some hash browns.
And his blue pajama pants. It's a beautiful, beautiful time.
It's all at 3 in the morning and there's a cook just completely not acknowledging how
Yeah.
bizarre this all is. And he's just like, "Who wants the Grand Slam?" And Arrow's star just appears from the heavens out of nowhere and is
yeah.
like, "That would be me."
Hell yeah. We still, for the life of us, can't figure out why the hell Aerostar wrestles in Lucha Underground.
Well, we think he's like an alien, right? Or like he just
He's a
crashed
time
on Earth
traveler.
one day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he's from the stars. He can travel through time and all this kind of stuff. But we think, why the hell? Why is he deciding this is
he
where he
get
wants to
hired?
be? Yeah, like how is he getting paid? How does Dario pay him, and
Is
in
he
what?
401 paid?
Well, I think it all goes back to the connection of the Aztec gods,
I
right?
guess so. The temple's just a sacred place. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So a man from the heavens who travels through time most likely has some sort of connection with the higher ups.
I guess
From the
so.
gods.
Yeah, but exactly. If he has that kind of power, he probably doesn't need to go to the temple in Boyle Heights to communicate with the gods. He probably has other means.
Well, no, it's not to communicate. It's more just like to do him a solid, you know,
Oh,
because
okay.
they like the bloodshed. So
Okay, no, that's fair.
the
That's
gods
fair.
like the bloodshed, so you show up, you beat someone up or you get beat up,
Mm-hmm.
and then the gods are happy.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, another man who's
Preach,
all
Cole.
about the bloodshed is Big Ryck. We haven't seen him in a few weeks either. Not since the crew unfortunately turned on him. I miss them dearly,
No.
Big Ryck and the crew. And he's in a confession booth, like with a priest. You
And
know,
it's an awesome vignette.
it is so sick. Where it's just kind of his like shadow or his what is that thing called? Well, silhouette.
Yeah, he is in silhouette through the confessional booth.
He is, and he says.
And oh, do you want to take it? Or
oh
should
yeah,
I?
no, I have as many quotes. Yeah. I tried to get down a lot of it. He says, "Forgive me, Father, for I am about to sin."
Instead of "Forgive me, Father, I have sinned," I am about to.
Very
That's
nice.
A pretty sick line.
That's really good.
Great.
And he says, "I am going to destroy 3 Judases who destroyed me," which is pretty
Jerichos.
nice. Pretty nice. Exactly.
Think of all the Jerichos.
Think of all of them. It's so sad.
And then the priest is like, son, you shalt not sin. And he's like, if you saw what they did to me, you would understand.
Don't do that, dude. Don't sin, bro.
And he says, "My hands will not spill innocent blood." And then he follows it up by saying, "It's time for Big Ryck to go Old Testament," which is okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Full on Sodom and Gomorrah on their asses.
And then he tells the priest too that even Jesus sinned, which is cool, very cool.
And then
fuck your religion.
And then I don't know what happens, but the priest turns.
Yeah, right? Well,
a
little bit.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, if you followed the goings-on of the Catholic Church, they've been heel for a little while now.
That's very fair. That's very fair. True. But they end this sick-ass looking promo, this vignette, with Big Ryck leaning really close to the cage, to the little bars.
It looks like Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid.
Yo, he has an eye patch, Steven.
Big Ryck.
I know.
Big Ryck with an eye patch is so sick. Okay?
It is a really great look.
It is.
Crew.
It is, and also
like the cigarette too. It's so much better.
I can't wait for Matt Stryker to make biblical references every week about losing an eye. It'll be so awesome.
I can't wait to see Big Ryck talk about Shadow Moses.
Oh, that'd be also fun. That'll also be fun. So
Big Ryck looks at Pentagon Jr. and is like, "You're that ninja."
Honestly. Oh, by the way, did you know that Pentagon Jr. is like the biggest weeb imaginable?
Yes,
this is what we learned. Yeah.
Yes, he's had Japanese writing on his gear the entire time.
I guess, but like he
kanji.
goes to a Japanese dojo in Japan and just trains with a bunch of white dudes. It's so weird. it's so odd.
You think Kenny Omega went to that dojo?
He definitely went to that dojo.
One that went to, yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. Yeah. So after that promo or the vignette with Big Ryck, we cut to our second match of the night, and it is Son of Havoc with Ivelisse versus Johnny Mundo.
Dude, it's such happy, dude, because like Son of Havoc's like legit over with the crowd.
Yeah.
Which is like so random, right? Because like he just kind of jobs.
I mean, a little bit
on the show, you know.
But he's sick as hell.
It's not random. It's Matt Cross.
That's also true.
That's the thing. Yeah, I guess.
But basically, if you remember the last week, Steven, Son of Havoc lost his match, and in the process of doing so, he also accidentally beat up his girlfriend. Oh, it happens, you know. Oh no, my hand slipped. You know, it happens.
A lot of like girlfriend beating in this show.
There really is. Oh my God, there is.
Lucha Underground hates women.
Oh, this is clear.
Be a woman in Lucha Underground.
Ivelisse, after getting hit by Son of Havoc on accident last week, she stormed off after the match, pissed off at him. But now they seem to have reconciled. They seem to both be here tonight. And Son of Havoc gets on the microphone, and he says, finally, Dario Cueto is giving him some real competition. And he's dedicating his win to the baddest bitch on the planet. Which is cool. That's cool.
It's a bad bitch right there, man.
And then that's when they announced that Johnny Mundo's his opponent. And I was so confused. Like, why are they having Johnny fight already? Like, just last week is when he had that match where his leg got fucked by King Cuerno, you know? But then, like, commentary cleared it. I was happy about it. They cleared it up really quickly. And they were like, Johnny knows that if he's not here on a week-to-week basis, if he's not showing his face in the temple every week, someone's going to take his spot. He knows how competitive of an environment this is, which, I mean, for anyone else, I could buy that. But not for Mundo. You know, right?
I think it's like Dario just like pulling a rib on Johnny, right? Because I don't think Dario likes Johnny that much.
Yeah.
That's
like, very tense still, their relationship with one another. It is. But basically from there, we get Vampiro being very horny about Ivelisse and just talk about how hot she is, calling her a piece of ass, as you saw, Sam.
He calls her a piece of ass.
He actually spelled it out. He called her a piece of ASS, which is much
better.
Oh, my bad.
It's not better because that implies that he knows how bad what he's about to say is.
Yeah. Maybe
so he wants to soften the blow.
And if you
once again, if you need to soften the blow, don't say it at all.
Just don't go for the blow. You know, we're good.
Like,
we're good.
Like saying, I'm not racist, guys, but it's that.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Which is something else I'm sure Vampiro has said once or twice during the show.
I'm not a racist, buddy, but
God, what was the horrible thing Matt Striker said about Big Ryck?
He's urban?
The urban thing is what he called him. Oh, it was so bad.
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh my God. That was like second or third appearance for Big Ryck, too.
Oh, no.
It's been hard to come
that
back
reminds
from.
me of, I think, Conan O'Brien at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where he was talking about how Fox News said that that Barack Obama won because of urban voters. And he said when asked about how he liked his coffee, the guys at Fox News said, no milk, no sugar, just urban.
That makes sense.
That's urban, bro.
Just urban. But later in this match, after Vampiro was horny, and actually not after, Vampiro was kind of horny throughout.
Yeah, the entire show.
Yeah, but Son of Havoc is getting cheered in this match,
They had to put the GoPro above the desk.
They did. They really, really did. But yeah, Son of Havoc, even though he's fighting Johnny Mundo, is still getting cheered in this match just because he's so goddamn good. And like, as much as he's a dick, everyone still loves him, and he's like a clear underdog
still
too.
worth the crowd.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It is.
Like, she doesn't really do much in this show.
I think it's a really cool dynamic that the crowd has with Son of Havoc because he's a heel that they want to be face. So it's like, we're rooting for you, bro. Please get better.
They want to get over.
They do. And at one point, Son of Havoc climbs up to the top rope, and it looks like he's about to hit the shooting star press. And then Matt Striker says, Havoc's trying to show his woman that he's not a loser, which is, that's cool to know his motivation, I guess. And he leaps for the shooting star.
Menacingly.
He really is.
It took forever, by the way. It was like 5 seconds of like just him standing.
It took like 20.
It really did. He was nervous. He had to impress his woman. But he failed. He got the knees up, did Johnny Mundo.
No.
Then Mundo kind of just quickly just hits the end of the world and wins the match. Son of Havoc lost again, which is unfortunate. And then, this is the point where Vampiro says the piece of ass line, by the way. He says, love blinds when it's a piece of ASS, which it's not artful, it's not articulate, it's just creepy, you know?
No, it's just disgusting.
How'd they keep that in?
How is that a line?
So they cut off my fantasy, but they leave piece of ASS in.
We need to know what's on the cutting room floor. We need the original audio tracks from Lucha Underground.
I want to
do.
Like one of the producers and ask them like how much they cut out.
Oh
like,
my god, that'd be so good.
Well, let's do some real journalism.
Actually, no, never mind. We can't do that. No.
Sorry, Eric Van Wagenen, you will have to find your inbox full another day.
Yeah. I'll interview Krista Joseph, but only about Big Brother, okay? Only about the reality television series. So, after the Son of Havoc match, we cut to our third match of the show, and it is Ricky Mandel versus Pentagon Jr. And...
You're that ninja.
Exactly.
Dude, I love Ricky Mandel. The guy is awesome.
You love him?
Yeah.
Why do you love Ricky Mandel, Steven? Is he one of your boys now?
Has the look, you know.
Tall. I guess
That's it. All he has going for him.
I guess so.
I did like his little run later. Can we talk about what's later?
Steven hasn't watched it yet, so I try to avoid most of the spoilers, you know? So
okay.
Steven will find out down the line, but it'll be exciting.
But you'll have a good time because you like Ricky Mandel.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly. He doesn't get shorter, so we're
the famous B get pushed in the future.
Oh, Steven, just you wait.
Oh, just you wait.
Oh no.
Future Lucha Underground champion, Steven, okay?
I can't tell it's a joke or not.
Unironically, though, he has one of my favorite matches in the second season.
He's amazing. Famous B is awesome.
We got like 1 year left for that, right?
We got a while, Steven. We got a while to go. But Ricky
no spoilers, but it involves popcorn and a trash can. It's great.
Let's go.
He gets Kushida? No way.
He gets Kushida. That's right. That's right. So Ricky Mandel has lost all of his matches in Lucha Underground so far. And Pentagon is here to fight for his master, and then the crowd is very on board for this. They've in the past like 2 weeks they've taken the Pentagon. They love him. We all love him. Sam, I assume you love him.
Of course.
Despite his weeb tendencies, you love him.
Yes.
Okay. Same here.
Although I was saying that it's so weird to see him in the original black and white gear because for so long I'm used to him being in the black or in the various other colors that he's taken on in AEW.
The Joker outfit.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That seeing him in the original black and white now somehow seems weird.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. I think it's classic. You know, up there, you can see it on my wall over there.
Yeah.
Is the classic Pentagon figure. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, I mean, even that classic Pentagon figure is still...
It's still different. It's not as much white.
Yeah, it's still much more black. It was after, like, this first season, it was shortly after Where We Are Now that he changes away from having the majority white accents.
Yeah. It's fair. Steven, I'm so sorry for those spoilers about Pentagon Jr.'s outfit. I'm so sorry.
Wait,
I hope you'll live.
Joker outfit in Lucha Underground?
No Joker outfit, sadly. I wish, man.
Oh my
Season 5, maybe. Season 5, maybe. But basically, this match is just another squash for Pentagon, as he's been getting in the past few weeks. And the commentary is trying to get over again the idea that he's performing, he's destroying people for some like dark power. What's it? At one point, Matt Stryker says that Pentagon was looking for guidance from the wrong people and that of Chavo Guerrero, and he has a newfound aggression. Which, by the way, do you remember the early episodes of Lucha Underground when Penta didn't have his master and he was just kind of like a loser who got stuck hanging out with Chavo?
Yeah.
Because like, my favorite thing is the moment where Pentagon started teaming up with Chavo. It's unclear of whether or not he even wanted to, because he came out and he had the chance of beating up either Sexy Star or Pentagon. Or Chavo, right?
Yeah.
And he had the chair and he was like trying to decide between them. And before he could make a decision, Rey Fenix just leaps into the ring and kicks him in the face. So he had the chance to be a good guy and team up with Sexy Star. But Rey Fenix forced him down this dark timeline. It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's messed up. So
just a bad option, man.
You really did.
What the hell, Phoenix?
It's so fucked. It's so fucked. But eventually, Ricky submits to that armhole that Pentagon's been doing the past couple of weeks. Pentagon then, he leaves it in after the bell rings and snaps the arm of Ricky. This is devastating. This is so sad. The arm is broken.
And so here's the thing coming right after this, which confused me, is that in Pentagon's promo, he refers to his master as usual, but instead of saying El Maestro, from what I heard, and keep in mind, my Spanish is awful. But he refers to it instead as mi amo, which means my love.
His love.
My lover.
My love, my life. Oh my God. Which is good. But then commentary immediately covers up by saying he did it for his master. So like, do you think like, was that added in post? Do you think the master thing or?
No, I think maybe. So, since I don't know Spanish, it's entirely possible that saying mi amo could be another way of saying master.
Yeah.
It could be a synonym of some sort.
That's fair. Because in my understanding is that maestro is closer to teacher than it is master. So maybe there's a word kind of similar to teacher that almost sounds like.
I want it to be lover.
I want it to be lover too. Steven, we have to keep this lore in mind.
Well,
whenever
not lover, but my love.
Oh, my love. My love.
So, amo means love.
Damn it. Yeah, no. My love. So, either way, we have to keep in mind for the lore, Steven, when we find out who Pentagon's master is, that is also his love.
It is also his love, yes.
Canonically his love. That is wonderful news. That is wonderful news. And the crowd is already on, like, fully there with Pentagon. They're chanting Cero Miedo after the match, and Pentagon doesn't even do the Cero Miedo. He doesn't do it.
Well, because...
What Mark, dude?
Well, because he's a heel. And so if the crowd is chanting for you, you cannot give them what they want.
I guess, but what the crowd wants is violence, and Dario's there to give them violence, you know? Yeah.
So really the biggest heel in Lucha Underground should be a pacifist.
True, though. Yes, absolutely. The cops are the biggest heels in Lucha Underground. Oh my God.
And in real life.
And in real life.
And in real life, they're the biggest heels.
Honestly.
What's that one thing we said? All refs were bad, right?
It's like
all refs are bastards. Yeah.
Is that our thing that we said? Oh yeah.
It's like when we were at the Alamo a couple of days ago.
Oh my God, Steven, because Sam I picked him up in San Antonio. Right now we're in Austin, of course, but when we were there, I took him. He saw all the big sites in San Antonio. You know,
I saw the one site.
Well, yeah, he saw the Alamo.
The river.
We saw the river too.
I had no burning desire to go to the Alamo, but I figured, you know what? Since we're in San Antonio, that's what you do in San Antonio is you see the Alamo.
It is.
So
the river in the building.
We flew through the Alamo in like 5 minutes.
As you do.
But outside of the Alamo was this fully grown man, like 30 years old, on a Razor scooter, like a push scooter, yelling at a cop.
Matt Riddle, true. No, much smaller.
He's yelling at this cop, and he's like, you're losing your authority. And the cop is just trying to be non-confrontational, like, have a good day, sir. And then he just turns around and starts posing at the cop, and then rides away on his little Razor scooter.
No more than 20 feet away from the Alamo, mind you. Like, this is a beautiful sight.
Right in front of it. I've never seen anyone more confident on a scooter.
It was justified.
That's charisma. All the
Natural charisma. He had that it factor that not enough people have, guys. He really does.
Next Hulk Hogan right there, man.
It really is.
It's scooter guy.
Let's go.
It's like one of like the electric scooters that you can like rent out for a bit, or it's like
Steven,
No, Razor.
A child's Razor scooter.
That's pretty alpha, dude. That
You know what?
It's so alpha.
You know what? Scooter Alamo sounds like an NXT name.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, it is. That's incredible.
Scooter Alamo. That's like a wrestling name someone would take up when they get promoted to like the main roster.
Oh, you're saying it's a post NXT name?
Yeah, I'm thinking like Joe Gacy gets brought into NXT, and they're like, oh, here comes Scooter Alamo.
Oh my god.
Scooter Alamo.
Let's go. That is so sick. So we go from there, guys, to our main segment of the night, and it is not a match because if you remember earlier, Alberto El Patron negotiated himself just a segment where he gets to talk to the crowd. And so this is how we're going to end the episode, where they announce him as the triple. How do you say triple in Spanish?
It's don't they pronounce it as triple A?
Triple A, yes, the champion de triple A.
Campeón.
Campeón de triple A is what Melissa says in her wonderful, wonderful voice. Her announcement here is because she's still getting used to everything. We kind of mentioned it yesterday too, Sam.
Yeah, she clearly in the first season of Lucha Underground specifically, she's kind of rough. To be honest,
I took a special note
she was
of
an LA girl at the time, right?
She's
like some random like LA chick.
LA model girl, yeah. So she's learning.
Like, don't get me wrong. Since in case this is my only appearance on this podcast, later on she gets really good.
Yes,
she really comes into her own. It's just she's going through her growing pains on a very public setting right now.
But this announcement for Alberto El Patron is especially fucked. Okay, it was very bad. And by the way, the entire time when Alberto,
I would like to point out that on the notes it does say here Melissa's announcement is fucked.
It is.
It's just shit.
It is, and then
just garbage.
When Alberto gets into the ring, she is just like eye fucking him the entire time. Like she is very into Alberto.
I mean, Patron is a pretty bad boy.
He's a bad boy.
I learned that from Total Divas.
Yeah,
he's the bad boy of the roster.
Yo, I'm gonna get a Poppy tattoo. Honestly, Steven, can we get matching Poppy tattoos? That'd be sick as hell.
Baby. We'll do it at 100 listeners.
100 listeners.
Right.
Indeed, all of your friends live inside the computer.
It's true. But they basically, when Alberto comes out, Matt Striker announces he's a man of honor, he's a man of integrity, and he is a man of the people.
That's his gimmick, right?
That aged like fine milk.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Did he have like a face run yet in the Fed or no? Was that after?
Ooh, yeah. Because remember, he ran over Santa Claus and became a face.
Right.
Yeah,
that was the main thing.
Yeah.
I think
he ran over Santa Claus?
You didn't see that?
Yeah.
Well, he's a face to me now.
Oh my, no, he's a face because he ran over Santa Claus and felt horrible about it. Like,
he's heel again.
Like, oh, okay, my bad.
Like, I can't do my ways anymore. I gotta change. No, I've killed Santa.
It was Mick Foley as Santa. We already did like a whole like episode about this, and we did.
Anytime I get to see the Gentiles' Christmas celebrations get crushed, then it's face to me.
But Mick Foley was dressed as Santa. What was that, Steven?
Imagine being like a child in that crowd seeing Santa get killed.
I was a child in that crowd seeing Santa
get killed. Knowing that Santa's like fake. Like, oh my god, Alberto just killed Santa. Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, finally, all the Christian kids at school can stop rubbing it in my face.
He's finally fucking gone. Oh my god. But no, it was Mick Foley as Santa Claus. He comes out on the stage. Alberto didn't see him, and of course he comes out in the car every week. He accidentally runs over Santa Claus. He and Roberto, what's his name? Roberto Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Ricardo Rodriguez. We love Ricardo.
Santa got run over by Del Rio.
It's so true. It's so true. And guys, my ceiling fan's so strong, my notes have blown out of my hands 5 times.
Oh my
this
gosh.
episode.
It's okay, because guess what, JC?
What's that?
I'm listening to this through my phone right now, and I'm on 1%.
Oh boy, that is so fun.
So at some point, I'm no longer going to be able to hear Steven.
Here you go, Sam.
no.
Thank you, but then I won't be able to hear because
Oh,
I'm plugged
fuck.
in through...
Oh no.
Hey guys,
It's
Sam-
on speaker.
Sam may be joining us for just the Lucha Underground portion of this episode of Following
No.
Lucha.
I may just, I think I may have to run into the living room and then like get it up to like 10%, and
Okay.
then come back here for the
Okay.
rest of the episode.
I have to be honest, the rest of the episode is probably going to be like over an hour, so we may need more than 10%. We'll figure
A
it out.
lot of news.
Hey, if the rest of this, I was on like 20% when the show started, so
Okay.
I think I might be able to clutch it out.
Okay. Let's hope. Let's hope.
So,
Okay.
so best of luck, y'all.
Yeah. Well, let's get through the rest of this episode of Lucha Underground. Alberto's out. He's so excited about being a man of the people. Melissa is smitten as hell with him, okay? And Alberto says, it's all friends here tonight, so let me get rid of this. And he starts stripping. It's awesome, okay? And he talks about his journey from going to Mexico to the WWE and how finally being in a place he can call home and that of Lucha Underground. He wants this to be a place where you can't be held back for the color of your skin. He wants this to be a place where hard work matters and no one works harder than Alberto El Patron.
That's true. He's the hardest worker. We know that.
Exactly. And then he gets the light. He has to start wrapping up his promo. And right as he's about to like say goodbye to the crowd, right as he's about to leave, there's a man who emerges from behind. Steven Tejano Jr. comes out.
Tejano Jr.
Tejano I didn't know either at the time.
Who is this dude?
A man with a rope comes out and attacks him.
Tejano is great. He is the son of the original El Tejano. He was the prior Campeón de AAA, who...
The longest reigning of all time, by the way, Matt Stryker says.
Yes.
Which is
who
crazy.
then
Wow.
Del Rio beat for the title. He is a very, very promising young luchador. He's got a great look, good move set. And I will say that, Steven, I think you could look forward to his matches in the next couple episodes.
Hell yeah.
He got like no crowd reaction this episode. And
No,
that's the
he
thing.
did not. Well, like no
No
one knew
one
who
did
he
not know who he
was.
was.
But we will learn. We will learn. And I think most important here, Steven, and we have this power, or not this power. We do have power with this podcast, absolutely. But we have this podcast for one reason and one reason only. I do all of my broadcasting work for one reason and one reason only. That is speaking truth to power. Okay.
And not making fun of Vampiro.
And that.
Well, that is speaking truth to
Oh
power.
yeah. You're right. But basically, we have to call out the cultural appropriation here, Steven, don't we? Okay? Because El Tejano Jr. is not a Tejano. And this has not been talked about. He is not from Texas. Okay, this is messed up. I know. It's horrible. He's from Mexico.
New Mexico.
He's just from
Oh,
regular
wow.
Mexico. You know, not the new one even.
Well, what about his father? Because we don't know that.
Well, I didn't look up the info
Tejano
about his
Jr.?
father. Maybe you're right. Maybe he was a Tejano, then he moved to Mexico, had his kid. But either way,
his name's Texano, like T-E-X. That's so good. That's really good.
Is that how he spells it? He doesn't spell it with the J?
No,
it's
the X is
T-E-X-A-N-O.
pronounced as the J.
Okay.
So
good.
it's spelled Texano, but it's pronounced Tejano.
That's beautiful. So he is using the bastardized version of it.
Yes.
That's wonderful. But either way, not a real Texan, and I am not okay with that. Okay, so I feel like it's important to bring up. It's important.
But he's a cowboy, and you're a cowboy.
You know what? We are all cowboys here on Following Lucha, and that does not get talked about enough. That's a shoot. You're right,
They're all
Steven.
cowboys.
Yeehaw, brother.
Honestly, so
I love how Alberto is like put to be like the John Cena of the company, like already.
yeah.
So great.
But it's working too. I'm so like just surprised because I don't remember Alberto being good on the microphone. I don't remember.
He's always
him-
been good.
I mean, I guess
Well,
so.
with a crowd that hot, that's the best reaction he's ever gotten in his entire career. So why wouldn't he cut a good promo?
That's fair. But it took me by surprise how comfortable he was on the microphone, how much everyone was into it. And then he gets attacked, of course, as we talked about. Tejano wants his championship back. How do I say it again? How do I say championship in Spanish?
Campeonato.
Campeonato? They AAA. He wants it back.
Well, no, he's Campeón de AAA would mean champion,
shit.
but Campeonato is the championship.
He wants that back. And so he takes it from Alberto. He holds it in the air. And he says it belongs to him. And this is how we go off the air. This was episode 14 of Lucha Underground.
Phone's gone. Phone's gone.
Phone is gone. Sam
what great
can't hear
timing.
Steven.
Incredible timing.
This was actually planned, guys. This was very intentional. So we'll be back in just a couple moments with our week of Steven. Get ready for it, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yo, Steven.
What up?
Yo, Sam.
Yo, JC.
We need to talk about the week of professional wrestling from February 11th of 2015, because of course this is when the episode of Lucha Underground we just recapped, that's when it took place. And being the lore keepers that we are, we can't just handle the Lucha Underground lore, okay? We need to dig deeper, and that means going back and looking at what else was happening in the world of pro wrestling. Steven, are you pumped?
I'm so pumped, bro.
I knew you were. Woo. You're so right.
Woo,
Is that his thing, right? Who's the pump guy? That's Zack Ryder, right?
He would fist pump, but he wouldn't ever like say pump.
I remember someone said pump. Who said pump? Was
maybe
it
Robbie E?
Maybe it was
I was
Otis
Mojo
and Tucker.
Raleigh.
Otis? No, if it was Otis and Tucker, that man would know. Steven,
Otis is like ooh, like yeah, like something like that.
Ooh yeah,
really.
Tucky. Do you have your Otis figures in like arm's distance, Steven?
I might have thrown my bed.
No, why would you do that?
They're behind the Roman Reigns bed.
They are. Do you sleep with your Tucky every night, Steven?
Sometimes he's in like my little corner of the bed.
Keeps him safe.
He really does.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like some guy in my house, like a house intruder. I throw the Tucky figure and he's like, oh,
fuck,
can't mess with this
can't
dude,
be
man.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
And
Steven,
do
He keeps it on his night table to remind him. So he's like, "What do I have to do when I get in bed again?" And he's like, "Tucky."
oh my gosh! Wow.
Tucky.
Wow, I'm glad he's there to serve that reminder, Steven. But Steven only has 2 wrestling action figures, and they're both Tucker. they are his elite and his basic figure. It's wonderful. It's
The elite's in the box. That guy's gonna sell for millions in the future.
It really is. It really
Tucker
is.
Knight or Otis Dozovich?
It's Tucker.
It's Tucker.
It's Tucker.
I don't think Tucker Knight's a thing when they made it, right? Unless he is.
Yeah, I think they dropped the Knight by the time the figure
Maybe
came
it's
out.
an NXT figure for him with Tucker
Yeah.
Knight in it, like a basics.
Maybe. But Steven, I've been saying this for the past few weeks, but there were not many wrestling news stories happening in wrestling during this week in 2015. I know, it's a little sad. So I got what I could, and what I could was...
Did you go back to Raw and SmackDown?
No,
again?
I tried to avoid that. I think it's just going to be a shorter 2015 segment. But maybe one of the more interesting stories I found was that the Big Show got into a screaming match. I know. It's exciting. It's
Picture
exciting.
from the Paul Wright show?
The Paul White.
Someone
Oh my god.
must have taken away his vape.
Oh my gosh.
There's 2 things you do in life. One of them's not taking Big Show's vape.
It's exactly right,
That's
Steven.
the thing.
That's exactly right.
He vapes. He plays Destiny. That's all I know about the Big Show behind the scenes.
He's so into Destiny. That's so weird to me. Like he's just really into Destiny. Like
I don't know.
you
What
know what I'm
Destiny
talking about, right?
is. No, I have no
Destiny's a
clue.
video game. It's like it's like a looter shooter.
It's a looter
where
shooter
you're like in space.
online.
Oh, good
Yeah.
for Big Show. You know, he's
He's like
living his best
he's really
life.
into competitive. It's weird.
Does Big Show have a wife? Do we know, or no?
I think so, right?
I
Does
don't
the one
think
from the
so.
Big Show count?
I think she does. I think they're divorced in the Big Show, isn't? I think he's like they're separated.
actually
Yeah,
So you have Paul White and his Paul wife.
that's absolutely right. That's
Paul
absolutely right,
White,
Sam.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think they're separated. I think that's like part of the hijinks. It's part of the comedy. Is that it's a broken family? You know, it's
Divorce.
yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah. But no, he was in I think Miami. They were in some place in Florida, and he was staying in a I think just a parking lot somewhere, because Big Show has a big van. He has his own tour bus because he's a big man. And this DJ on the radio, DJ Quiksilver, big ups, big shout out. I guess
Quiksilver is such a good DJ.
Yeah, I guess
it's not
his-
copyrighted at all.
No, not at all. And I guess DJing isn't his full-time gig. It doesn't pay the bills, because he's also a security guard at night. And so he was guarding the premises of this parking lot when Paul White's trailer showed up, and was just like, they were parked there for hours, but they weren't allowed to be. So DJ Quiksilver knocked on the door and was like, hey guys, just like, unfortunately you're not allowed to be here. We're gonna have to ask you to leave. And Big Show got pissed, apparently. This is according to DJ Quiksilver, okay? I don't think Big Show ever commented. But he said Big Show like, started screaming at him, yelling, saying that like he wouldn't leave, all this kind of stuff. And And it's just apparently it was not very good. He went to Twitter. DJ Quiksilver went to Twitter. He told the world.
Like, the scariest thing, by the way, just a 7-foot monster of a human being just yelling at you.
Yeah, with a vape in his hand. That's terrifying.
Yeah. Or vaping a copy of Destiny in his hand.
Exactly.
A vape in one hand and like the Gjallarhorn in the other.
That's sick as hell. But the DJ was like, he tagged WWE and was like, he did all this stuff. Okay, Big Show, you stay classy. You know, so he told him.
Stay classy, dude.
Stay classy.
Which, if you have to tell someone to stay classy, you're not staying classy yourself.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. I think DJ Quiksilver just, by nature of who he is, maintains a level of class at all times, you know?
My boy DJ Quiksilver.
Our boy DJ. We got to get him on the podcast.
Our boy.
Exclusive scoop with DJ Quiksilver.
We could
what happened that fateful night in 2015?
That'd be that's an actual idea. We need to. Because yeah, the story didn't get much traction at the time. Sam, we get all our news for this segment from
We meet to him?
No, we don't meet to him. We get all of our news for this segment from one blog, a blog written by just some lady who's a wrestling fan. But the only reason we use it is because it's really easy to find stories from specific months because she separates her website
and it's
into
free.
month. And it's free, so we're not paying for the Wrestling Observer, right?
Yeah.
So we get stuck with whatever stories she writes about. And this was.
Honestly, I think it's better. I think it makes it better, honestly.
It does. She's a huge TNA fan, but TNA it's all so boring, so we never talk about it. Yeah, but she like this.
But that's
I
why
like
we love
that
TNA.
one.
It is. What was that, Steven?
I love that one Bobby Lashley story went over where he like was in a shoot fight for the title.
Do you remember that? Oh, it was like one of the first weeks of Following Lucha. Bobby Lashley defended his TNA championship in one of his Bellator matches. Which
really?
Yes. It's fucking insane, and thank Christ he won.
Imagine this random dude, just one like random fighter, just goes to TNA as a champion. He's not even contracted. He just has the title.
You know all those dudes Jake Hager fought, where like they're kind of tubby and they're not going to beat him. That's who Bobby Lashley was fighting. That could have been the Impact champion, you know. But
awesome.
But DJ Quiksilver's tweets had like 30 likes on them, Steven. Okay, I think the story got no traction. But
we'll bring it up.
Our lady
we'll cancel Big Show for this.
Exactly.
Which means I think that we have a very good chance of getting DJ Quiksilver on the show.
I think so. Again, I think the fact that DJing isn't his full-time gig helps us out a lot in this scenario. You know, I think it.
Also, how do we know that his profession is DJing and his real legal name is just not DJ Quiksilver?
Oh shit! Like DJ. Oh my gosh! We'll have to. That's why we have the interview. We have to get to the bottom of those.
He could just be a security guard named DJ Quiksilver.
You're so right. How did I not consider? I need to. I
Mr.
need to do
Quiksilver.
some more research. Mr. Quiksilver is right. So.
And you know that's the problem with musicians is you don't know how to refer to them. Like I've had this thought dilemma for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm a maitre d' at a restaurant and Ice-T walks in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mr. T.
If I say Mr. T, that's a different person.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So how do I refer in the formal sense to Ice-T?
What about people like Zendaya where they don't have a last name? What do you call them?
You could just say
Ms.
Ms.
Daya?
Zendaya. Oh, Ms. Daya? I mean, I guess that works
Daya?
too. And doesn't she have a last name, but it's just really lame?
No,
so
it's just Zendaya.
I swear she has last like Zendaya Johnson or something. It's really bad.
It probably is like Zendaya Joe or something.
Zendaya Joe?
The Samoan acting machine.
Oh yeah. That's fucked. Well, I mean, we're the lore keepers, Steven. That's official lore. That's Lucha Underground lore. Zendaya is Zendaya Joe. Yeah. That's beautiful.
The Samoan acting machine.
Exactly.
Zendaya Joe.
Exactly. She could pass as Samoan. She could. Who else could pass as Samoan is our dear sweet Rikishi.
Well, he couldn't pass.
He could pass as Samoan. He could pass.
He is.
Steven Rikishi, smash or pass?
I think smash.
Right? Honestly?
Dude.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. The only reason I bring him up is because he was announced for the Hall of Fame this year. He'll be joining Macho Man Randy Savage in the 2015 class.
It took Macho Man that long?
It did. I was surprised. I thought they got him in right after he died, but they waited a few years.
Dang.
I think they needed
like his family
permission from Lanny Poffo.
Yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Sense,
where basically, he was pissed the Von Erichs went in, and so he required his dad and Lanny also went in. So Lanny was finally like, "Hey, guys,
all of them need to be in, not just me." I speak on my dead.
Yeah, because he wasn't upset the Von Erichs went in because he was like, yeah, like Carrie, David, Kevin, obviously they go in. Their dad obviously goes in. He was upset that they put in the 2 younger ones that died really tragically. Because he was like, what did they ever do in the industry? Why would they deserve it? And it's like, what the fuck, Macho Man?
It's like there's a point there, but it's also awful.
Yeah, but so he was like, if they're getting in, then my dad and my brother should be in. It's just like,
I mean, his brother did invent the moonsault.
Lanny invented the moonsault?
Yes.
Oh my god. Do you remember the Lanny Renaissance a few years ago? Like when he was on Being the Elite? That was wonderful. What happened to that?
Yeah, Lanny Poffo invented the moonsault, and he was also the first, I believe, to use the cannonball senton.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Oh.
So, Rikishi is going into the Hall of Fame. Big news, guys. I'm excited. I'm pumped for it.
Too cool to go to the Hall of Fame, too.
Who?
Too cool.
Too cool. Oh, hopefully one day.
They should be. They got Rikishi. They got 2 other members left.
Exactly.
Exactly. By the way, if you ever watch back old Lanny Poffo matches from the WWF, they don't know what a moonsault is. So they're just
funny.
and a leaping backflip from Lanny Poffo.
That makes sense.
The leaping backflip. When did the moonsault get called moonsault?
Also, I don't know why they referred to everything in old wrestling matches as a leaping instead of a jumping. It's a leap.
Speaking of moonsaults, Steven, did you see on our TikTok we had someone comment? We didn't know what Bam Bam Bigelow's finisher is. Now we know. Many people told
us.
What is it?
What is it?
Greetings from Asbury Park.
Exactly. We've learned. But someone in the comments kept saying it's a moonsault, but he spelled it MOON space SALT.
Salt.
Moonsault.
It's the moonsault.
What the fuck?
Sounds like a brand you'll get from a grocery store. It's moonsault, dude.
New from Nestle, moonsault.
Exactly, but dude doubled down on it. It was 2 separate comments.
Two separate comments, and he would not recognize his mistake.
No, which good. I don't want him to know.
Even Bliss. Would you say that Big Bam is a obscure wrestler, Sam?
Bam Bam Bigelow?
Yeah. Would you call him obscure?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I told Steven.
We're in the wrong.
Dude, we're in the wrong, Steven.
I'm in the wrong.
Are in the wrong. I corrected you
no,
immediately.
You
I mean, he was
scared too.
He was a very big part of ECW. He wrestled in Japan, and not only was he in WWF, he was in the main event of WrestleMania.
This is the first point I brought up to him, but Steven still calls him obscure. But
he was in the video games.
Lawrence Taylor. I know that.
LT.
Yeah, you got that.
I know I got that. Because Steven's question of whether or not, like, his test for whether or not he was obscure was name his finisher. And I didn't know.
I mean, you didn't get that.
Slam. Yeah, I had no clue.
That was greetings from Asbury Park.
I think we gotta ask everyone this question.
We do.
Everyone gets it.
We're planning an on the street. Our first ever Following Lucha takes to the streets of San Antonio.
This is what you have to do to get onto Following Lucha, is you have to be able to answer correctly on the air, what is Bam Bam Bigelow's finisher?
Exactly.
Only if you get it correctly can you join as a guest star.
I disagree. I feel like you have to get it incorrectly to join as a guest star. You failed this quite miserably, Sam.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. See ya.
Gotta watch wrestling in 2015 specifically.
You really do. You really do. Sam has booked it. We'll never see him again. Oh, he's back. This is wonderful. Okay, you're invited back, man.
Well,
okay.
I watched wrestling. Well, actually, I didn't watch wrestling.
Just say Bam Bam Bigelow sucks and you're allowed back.
No.
Say Bam Bam Bigelow stinks.
Big Bam match?
No, I like Bam Bam Bigelow.
He just no, you don't.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
Don't say that.
What's your favorite Big Bam match? Not with Bret Hart.
Why'd you keep calling him Big Bam?
I think it's funny to call him Big Bam.
Damn it.
That's the Big Bam right there.
The Big Bam theory.
Hell yeah. So also in 2015, Triple H was on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. I don't think it was called Broken Skull Sessions yet, but he was just on the podcast version. Yeah, it was just on the podcast version. Okay. And this made news because Stone Cold asked Triple H a question about whether or not he thinks China deserved to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And China was, of course, very alive at the time.
China country for a second. I was like so confused. Like,
oh yeah. So,
China too.
And Stone Cold asked, like, does she deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame? And apparently Triple H was like, absolutely. She deserves it 100%. She did things for this industry that no woman before her had done. Opened doors, created an image that just wasn't there before.
Opened doors?
She opened doors.
That's crazy.
I know. It's
sometimes
crazy.
would hold the elevator as well.
And so from a career standpoint, Triple H said, yeah, she 100% deserves it. That's not in question. But he said, I have an 8-year-old daughter at home. And so if Chyna goes into the Hall of Fame and she Googles her, you have to just think about what she's going to see. And so, like, there's a lot of things.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah.
And so he quickly follows it up by saying, it's not a morality thing or anything. But it is what it is. Yeah, but I think Triple H, you said it's a morality thing. I think that's exactly what it is.
It's a morality thing, but it's not a morality thing.
No, it's not a morality thing. No, we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that.
He ain't racist, but...
Yeah, true. True. So I remember this being a big...
He ain't racist, just urban.
Yes, absolutely. I remember this being a big story at the time and not really understanding what was going on. I was a 15-year-old. I probably should have, but like... I don't think I really cared. But now she's in the Hall of Fame. It works out. So I guess we're fine.
Well, when you were 15, did you Google her?
Did I Google Chyna? I didn't need to Google Chyna. I knew about Chyna. Didn't you know about Chyna, Steven?
I mean, she was like... I knew about Chyna. She's pretty important.
True.
Yeah.
So true.
I wouldn't say obscure. She's pretty important to wrestling.
I have to wonder, though, how Triple H's daughter is doing now that she was inducted in the Hall of Fame. Surely she did Google
Chyna. She's in college
Chyna.
now, right? Or like high school, right? I don't
know. She
was
8 in 2015, Steven. That'd be a very, very smart 15-year-old, you know?
So what? She's like 15?
I mean, they're rich.
What?
Okay. I mean, they're super rich, you know?
Being rich doesn't make you smart.
It helps.
Oh.
It can help make you smart, right?
Well, no, it helps you do better on test scores,
but
it doesn't,
fair enough.
Make you smart.
Fair enough. So
I've met a lot of dumb rich people.
That's fair. And Triple H's kid is one of them. Official stance of Sam.
Whoa.
Dumb child.
Dumb child. Sam hates children, correct?
All children are dumb.
Perfect. But especially Paul Levesque, correct? Exactly.
You will find me one day dead with a sledgehammer buried in the side of my skull.
Speaking of... we're gonna skip to a current event really quickly, guys.
My gosh.
Michelle McCool just did an interview on the Randy Orton wife podcast, the Randy Orton and Kurt Angle wife podcast.
Podcast?
Yeah. Kim Orton.
They're friends?
And Kurt Angle's wife are friends, and they have a podcast about being wrestling wise. I don't know, but they had Michelle McCool.
Me? What?
Because everyone has a podcast. That's the rule of living in 2022 or 2015.
Guys, podcasts suck. What the hell?
I don't even listen to them.
No, they kind of are. They're all bad. But Michelle McCool was a guest on this weird ass podcast, and she talked about how like back in 2012 or 2013, after Triple H fought Undertaker at WrestleMania, someone placed a 911 call in to the McCool household, basically saying that Michelle had murdered Undertaker with a sledgehammer. And so when Michelle McCool left the grocery store that day to go back to her house, she was followed by 3 officers. And then when she arrived to her house, there were officers waiting there at their place. And they got out of their car and they were talking to her, and they're like, is your husband home? And she was like super confused, and she had to because they live in a mansion, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
And so she had to go get Undertaker, who had just gotten out of the shower and was wearing a towel, and bring him outside to prove to the officers that he was alive. Because again, just some stranger said that she had murdered him with a sledgehammer. That's awesome, you know?
No.
What? And then apparently 2 family members had to they started showing up to their house just to check to make sure Undertaker was also alive. So it's just very weird story, but sledgehammer, Sam. You know?
Yeah, speaking of getting murdered with sledgehammers.
Speaking of.
Strangers are crazy and wasted a lot of 911 money.
But it was what was
Your
that?
taxes went up in 2015 because someone claimed that The Undertaker was murdered with a sledgehammer by Michelle McCool.
And that was here in Austin, so it was our taxes. This sucks.
Literally, your taxes were raised by that guy.
God damn it. This stinks. But Michelle McCool did not murder The Undertaker, fortunately. So there is good news. There's a shining light.
You can't murder a dead man.
You really can't. And so, final news story I have from 2015 this week, guys. This is what lighthearted stuff we have. What lighthearted news this week?
Did it get really dark again?
I don't know
Does this
about
make it
dark.
super dark at the end?
I think it could be really fun for you, Steven. This week was the week of the Seth Rollins nude scandal.
Have you seen the Reddit post where someone like calculated his penis size?
I think I did at the time. That's very good. Do you have the official?
Did you see the one where they calculated Batista's?
Oh, that one's really great. I love that one because
That's
they got
still
so many
speculation.
pictures of Batista.
Still speculation, you know. He's got to whip it out for us. Honestly, yeah.
Honestly, but what made the Reddit post so good is just the way that they described it, and the fact that they went into incredible pinpoint detail with very descriptive adjectives.
Have you seen like the actual post where it's like Batista's face like smirking at the end of his size next to it? It's so good.
That's wonderful. That's beautiful.
So
I
how
think it was
about
like-
do us a favor, Steven? Please pull it up, and I would like you to read it to us.
The
Oh,
Batista one or the Seth one?
The Batista one.
I'll take the Seth one too,
Wanna-
though. Okay. I'll take
about
either
Seth?
one. Just as much
about Seth
wrestling
Rollins?
cock as possible, Steven. That's really what this show is built on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we already had the
think so.
thermometer one, right? For like, was it
Thermometer?
thermos?
The thermos
thermos
sized penis.
for-
Oh, a few weeks
for
ago,
Hulk
it was
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan's court case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And by law.
Oh yes, Hulk Hogan has the 8-inch penis, but Terry Bollea does not. Yes.
Legally, Hulk Hogan does have an 8-inch thermos-sized penis. That's awesome.
Dude.
It really is. It really is. Steven, are you having any luck with Batista's dick?
There's a lot of Batista dick posts on.
I would
Squared,
imagine.
so-
I imagine
I
you just
can't
go to
find it.
top all time, and then it should be somewhere up there.
I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so. I hope so. But at least as far as the Rollins nude scandal goes, it was obviously not obviously. It's a really fucked up story because it was all revenge porn. You know.
And his girlfriend was a Nazi.
Yeah. The girl he had a fiance at the time. He cheated on his fiance, I believe, allegedly, or at least his fiance seemed to think so. And after finding this out, fiance decided, okay, these nudes I found of my husband and of his girlfriend, I'm gonna leak on the internet. And so I believe this is what she did.
Which is illegal now.
Was it not illegal at the time?
No.
Yeah,
God,
wasn't it?
wasn't?
I think
No.
it got super legal after the Fab thing got really, really big, right?
Oh, I thought revenge porn was like always illegal.
If I remember correctly, it was after 2016, 2017, somewhere around there, where they finally started passing laws against it.
That's crazy. Oh my god. That's
Revenge
so
porn
insane.
is really bad. You know? Really bad,
Thank you.
JC.
Official
Yeah.
stance following
bad.
Lucha. We do not like revenge porn.
No, we
Really
just
making
like
fun of-
calculating the size of wrestlers' cocks.
Exactly. But we do it through legal means. But I guess the fiance did leak the photos through legal means as well. And yeah, apparently the girlfriend of Seth Rollins, and in the aftermath of this, was outed as having like a swastika decoration in her home, and like I guess maybe being a Nazi or something.
If you have a swastika decoration in your home,
You would imagine.
If I remember correctly, because this was a long time ago, is there not a photo of her in an SS cap?
Ooh, something to that effect. And I remember.
Because even just a lone swastika, if not tilted, could be okay.
That's
Buddha
fair.
or Hinduism.
Yeah.
But if it's got the tilt, if you got the SS cap,
It's tough. These things add
you're
together.
a Nazi.
They paint an unpretty picture, unfortunately, you know? It was also, I believe she dates Sonya Deville in the future, too, doesn't she, Zahara?
And Paige.
And Paige?
Yeah, I think so. Which is like a lot.
Maybe it was just Paige then, because I don't think she's dated two
Oh.
female wrestlers. I don't think Paige dated a woman. I don't think,
don't
Steven. No,
I
I
don't
think
think
she's
so.
she's
Well,
been
I
with
gotta-
that
we got the
musician.
Google machine.
She's been with that musician for a long
Yeah,
time.
Ronnie Radke.
Yeah.
It's also a POS, by the way.
Oh, cool. Also a Nazi?
Not a Nazi,
That's
just a
good.
horrible person.
Okay. At least
Like-
Paige's dating life is very known for these
what was that,
type of
Steven?
men, you know?
cut out so bad there.
Paige's dating life for her really good taste in men.
Oh, Paige, yeah,
That-
honestly.
Yeah,
She
like
kinda is.
assault convictions and things of that nature. We're talking with this guy.
Steven, are you gonna find this Batista dick or not?
There's so many Batista dicks.
Okay, then give it a. It's okay. It's okay.
Although I
We
do
can
have
just-
this one video from Jeff Hardy where he was asked how big Batista's dick is, and he
Yeah?
said it was 7 inches.
Wow, he measured.
And then he started singing Prince.
He started what? Sorry.
He started singing a Prince song immediately after the
Oh,
question.
that's wonderful. That's beautiful, man. Thank you for that. But no, we can all just picture Batista's cock in our mind. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Okay. Well, this was my last 2015 news story. So what we could do is it can be like our epilogue after the current events. Because, Sam, I think it's about time we do get to our current events for the week. And I heard you want to hit us with our special wow. And so now would be the time, if ever, to go ahead and do that for us.
How could you not find it? It's literally the first result on Google.
Oh.
Is it? I can't find it. I just see like joke posts asking about it.
No, how big is Batista's dick? A comprehensive investigation. NSFW.
Oh, that's
Well,
the
hit us
one.
with it
From
right
5
now.
years ago.
We don't need an epilogue. We can do it right now before the current events.
The only thing is, it's not loading for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's, I mean,
Oh,
it's
no.
right. It's right here. I've got it.
Guys, just for the viewing and listening audience, picture Batista's cock. Get a firm image in your mind. Hold on to that as we transition.
Oh, it's a firm image.
Into the current events. Sam, hit us with that wow. Wow, that was beautiful. That's a very unique wow.
I was trying to get the pitch down correctly.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess we maybe take some liberties with it. I have to be honest, but we do play the actual wow on top of us, so like it works out. It works out.
I'll make you sound cooler.
Hell yeah, it will. Hell yeah, it will. But guys, it's time to get into the actual current events. What has happened in this actual week of professional wrestling? And Steven, I might have to lean on you here, okay, to find some weird ass stories. But I got some.
No.
I got some. Well, first off, do you remember a few months ago I came to you and I was like, Steven, I thought Charlotte and Andrade broke up. Why
That's
are
what
they?
I thought.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing when I saw the news. I was like, wait, they're together?
Yeah, they're married
Again?
They've tied the knot.
Crazy.
They're together for
Are they
life.
actually married or are they like engaged?
No. They got actually married. They had the ceremony,
That's
cohabitation.
That's insane.
That
Stepped
is-
on the glass.
When are they getting engaged?
When are they getting?
Oh wait, they've been engaged, right? I feel like.
I think that's probably why we talked about them originally was the engagement. Maybe. I don't really know.
No, because we talked about them breaking up, I think, and we're like, what is AEW gonna do now with him? You know, like they don't need him
They're
anymore.
They don't need him. You're right.
They still don't need him.
But they tied the knot, and I think really, Steven, we've as a podcast, we've kind of gotten behind the power couple of Cora Jade and Blake Christian, but like kind of begrudgingly, right? 'Cause-
Boys.
Yeah, we love both of them, but we love them more as individuals and a couple. But I think, honestly, Andrade and Charlotte is our couple. They're the Following Lucha power couple.
That's the couple for us.
Yeah, I think so. They are. They really are. So good for them. I'm a little upset we didn't get the invite, but it's okay. Like, we'll live, I guess.
I want to meet Charlotte, dude. I want to ask her, hey, how's your dad doing? You know, make it
He's
really...
sitting there at the table next to you. But how's your dad? Also this week, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's podcast is a gold mine for content, Steven, okay? Remember that
Great.
cum story? That was
Great.
wonderful.
That's all we do. We just talk about other people's stories, but worse.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sorry, this Batista's dick post is forcing me to open it in the Reddit app, but then instead of taking me to the Reddit app, it just takes me to the App Store and tells me to download Reddit, which I already have, so I click open and it just takes me to the main page.
I think this is just
I think
a
they're
message.
hiding it from you.
I think so. I don't think we're supposed to see
They don't
Batista's
want
dick.
to. They don't want you to know.
They really don't. Which is a shame. We'll have to do a deep dive off the podcast so we can come back next week with all the
We'll make a
info.
whole documentary about it.
We really will about the conspiracy against
disappearance of
the
Batista's dick
mysterious
size.
the mysterious disappearance of Batista's dick. That's terrible. That's so sad. Batista's so
Where'd
big.
he go?
By the way. Where'd it go? He's so big. He's such a thick boy now. He lost his metabolism sometime in the last year, and it's so sad. But good for him waiting till like age 55 to lose his metabolism, you know?
It took a while.
Yeah, it took a little bit.
I mean, he's still like super jacked is the thing.
He is. He's just got like a chubby face now, is essentially what it is.
I mean, he still looks pretty menacing, you know? That's all he plays
does.
is like these menacing characters.
He does. But Kurt
Especially in
Angle.
Blade Runner. Oh my, he was so good in Blade Runner. Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of wrestlers and
Oh
movies,
yeah,
Steven,
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle's podcast, he revealed that he was actually, before John Cena, originally supposed to be cast in The Marine. He was going to be.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Peacemaker for a second.
Oh,
I was like
no.
really confused there. Like, what?
Got on weird as shit.
Huh?
No, he was supposed to be in the.
I got it.
You got it. Okay. Okay, guys.
You gonna read it?
The conspiracy has ended. It's time to learn about Dave
Best
Batista's
part.
penis. His part.
What's the girth?
Oh, wait a minute.
We were not just cock teased, Sam.
Did we get cucked?
Sorry, I saw someone posted in best of the name of the user puts an impressive amount of effort into And then, no, he found the heights of pro wrestlers as well. But hold on, let's go... What? Why can't I load his user profile?
This is a
Did
conspiracy.
it get banned? Did it get deleted?
Oh, no.
That really
Someone is conspiring to prevent us from learning
I tried, like, one of those, like, Reddit post websites.
This is so sad. This is so sad.
This is
Marine.
awful.
But Kurt
Marine.
Angle was supposed to be in the Marine before John Cena, okay? But apparently before Kurt Angle, it was supposed to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. John Cena...
So much.
I got it for real.
Oh my god. We finally have Batista's dick.
I did one of those removed Reddit sites. I found it.
Let's go. Sam, hit us with it.
A follow-up to my investigation on the close enough to true heights of wrestling giants, I have undertaken of finding out what Edge calls the burning question on fans' minds. Exhibit A. We'll start with this image of him in regular underwear, i.e. not wrestling trunks. It's a bit dark, so I'm going to enhance the brightness to get a better look at the outline of the unit. Exhibit B. In this, Batista is wearing flexible lycra material. Let's cross-reference this image of Seth Rollins, who is a verified 5.25 incher.
Is that all Seth is?
No.
Oh my god,
Dude,
poor Seth.
In
I don't know,
compression gear. Perhaps Batista had his rod rolled up and inserted into his pit of danger. We'll keep investigating. Exhibit
Poor
C.
Seth, man. You didn't
Another
have to get dragged
compression
into it.
pants photo, this time less flattering than before with no item to be seen. These compression pants are closer to the type Rollins wears. Exhibit D. We all know that showers can't hide their junk in skinny jeans. It should be clear that now that Batista is a grower, if not a micro. In Exhibit E, in his tight wrestling trunks that have more of a hard, stiff material, Batista is sporting a compact, round, cup-shaped outline. However, tight compressing clothing can be a poor assessment if it flattens the objects too much. Exhibit F. This is more along the lines of Exhibit A. Without compression pants to flatten and squish the package, there's room for its size to naturally expand with the weight of the world falling on his testicles. In some Speedos, Exhibit G, you get the revelations of softer fabric but the deception of shrinkage and 1,000 years of anger. However, Batista's bundle is consistently sized with Exhibit A and F. However, if we assume he is a grower, we can't be fully sure of the size of his pole. Exhibit H. What seems to be Batista's uncontrollable erection has revealed a long-time question. In multiple angles, Batista has something in his pants that is clearly 1, not from his pocket area, and 2, finishing or starting in the middle of his pelvis. We can see... JC, read the rest of this paragraph for me, please,
I'd love
before
to. Show
before
me-
my career is ended prematurely.
Show me where you ended off, Sam, if you don't mind. Ooh, we can see the outline of a long, thick, girthy cock with a pulsing crevice along the middle of the dick. Using the previous image, we can discern that 9.1 of Batista's elongated, turgid cock equal the height of 6'3" Triple H. Dividing 190 centimeters by 9.1 gives us 20.8 centimeters, which gives us 8.1 inches, giving a rounding error of 0.3 inches. Do we need to go further, or is the official verdict that Batista is giving us a 8.35 inch cock? That's beautiful. Oh my god.
I'll never see Drax the same way again, dude.
Never. I wish there was one final exhibit and it's just a nude of Batista with a raging heart on. You know, that would have been awesome.
It has to exist, right? That has to be a thing.
If Drax
There's
stands
no way
so
that's the second one.
if Drax stands so still, you will still definitely see him.
Let's go. Let's go. I can't
I
wait.
feel bad for Seth, man. That guy got dragged into this post for no reason.
Honestly,
Yeah, he got dragged in that post too.
he really did. But rightfully so.
What
You
was
know,
the
cheating on his
point?
fiance. So hey
He's with
guys,
Becky.
current events.
As long as
guys.
she's happy.
Exactly, as long as Becky's happy. And he is, you know what, maybe it's not the biggest piece in the world, but he is a very fertile man. And he has proof.
Virile.
This is CrossFit.
Oh shit, wife is fertile, right? He's virile.
He's virile.
He can make babies is the point.
Yes.
He might also be fertile, we don't know. But good for
atheist,
Seth.
too.
He's a baby maker.
Makes him better.
What was that?
Yeah. Also an atheist makes him better.
That does make him cooler,
I'm just
right?
kidding.
Very cool. Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
Scorpio Sky is a new championship.
Oh my gosh. It looks so bad. I hate it.
It's really weird. I don't know if you saw it, Sam, but he got it. It's the TNT Championship.
Yeah.
And he got it recolored to be purple and yellow to match the Lakers.
I saw that. I was not.
Is that the thing? It's just gonna keep changing.
I hope so. It's what it used to be, though, Steven. Remember, like Miro had like a green one.
It must suck for like the belt maker. You know, just
it must not suck at all. He's making bank.
Hell yeah, he is. Hell yeah, he is. Wildcat belt or belts by Dan, whoever it is, good for them. And so I don't know. I think it looks fine. I think it'll grow on me. I like purple.
Just it grows on you, they'll change it again.
Yeah. I can't. Well, this is what are they trying to like swerve us, quote unquote? Because like, are they doing it because like, oh, Scorpio must have the belt for a while now if they're just now changing it?
He's gonna lose it next week.
Yeah, right.
I think it's just whoever gets to make the title their own.
But he's had it for like a month or so at this point, and they're just now doing it.
Well, it probably took some time to design it.
Maybe because it was supposed to be like that Cody storyline at first. Maybe this was last minute. Shit. You're right. But big ups to Scorpio. Big ups to the purple title. I think all wrestling titles should be purple. That's
honestly the cruiserweight one, dude.
The cruiserweight one was so hype.
That one is sick.
It is.
And they gave the TJP. It's like, oh my
sucks,
man.
Gosh. That's so sad.
This is awful.
That's exactly how I feel every time I see TJP.
How dare you? How dare you?
We're big P marks on this podcast, dude.
You cut out for us, so you said we're big P marks on this podcast, even, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, which goes in line with what we just read out on the air.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the tattoos he got out of nowhere.
Oh my God, we've talked
about
it.
It made him look like a TJ penis.
It really did. It really did.
Are we gonna talk about the Jack Gallagher news with his new look?
I saw a photo of it.
Up. Yeah, well, he's jacked now.
And his new assault allegations, you know?
Woo! Those two.
Are those new? I feel like those have been out for a while.
Those have been out for a while. But he got like the ship before that.
He did, but now he has many more, and he's in way better shape, and he looks fucking insane.
The entire ocean on himself.
The entire ocean.
Which is, I haven't seen it, but I also don't want to because, I mean, he's a horrible person, and I don't want to see him ever again.
Steven, you love Jack Gallagher, right?
No, I love TJP, dude. That guy's
my bad. I get them confused.
The thing is, he's up to the 3, right? It's like a dub. I think it's like the W, but like does like this.
What?
I think that's his thing. Like when he wins a match, he's like that with his tongue sticking out.
He just like dabs on people in Fortnite dances.
That is awesome. So much. Gamer music playing.
So funny, dude.
They put the dab into WWE 2K, and I just about rage quit when I saw it.
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh, that's my entrance right there. The dab.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Steven, by the way, this is huge news. I hope you didn't see the story already. CM Punk was doing an interview, and he said to the interview that he has a new favorite match of his. He has a new favorite match sort of from AEW, maybe even of all time. That is sort of his standard bearer of like what he wants to be able to do, and that's what he's chasing now, is having a match as good as this one was. Can you tell me what that match, CM Punk's new standard?
Goldust or Dustin Rhodes.
It's not that one, unfortunately.
Is it Melina versus Alicia Fox?
It's unfortunately not Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Wait, is it his match? Is it his,
it's
or
his
like a
own
different
match? It's his own match. And it is his own match, CM Punk versus Dax Harwood. Steven, we talked about this many weeks ago.
That's that match boy right there, Dax, dude.
It is. Sam, that match almost had me in tears, okay? It was live from Austin, Texas. It was my first time seeing CM Punk since like 2013. And I was there. I was there. Tell myself, JC, you are 21 years old. You're not allowed to do that, right? It's not acceptable.
You're allowed to.
You're not, though. You're really not, because it would have been way more embarrassing.
No, it's okay. Grown men can cry in public now when something important happens.
Yeah, it is. But it was just for CM Punk's entrance, which if I had cried,
well, not that one dude who cried for CM Punk's return.
Oh yeah,
that guy got made fun of. Yeah. Poor guy got shit on for crying.
No, I mean, no, that's okay. I mean, like a couple of weeks ago, a couple days before my college graduation, my dad came up to Syracuse to see me. And we're both massive baseball fans, have been our entire lives, and my dad had never been to the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is 2 hours away from Syracuse. So we said, okay, we're going to do a day trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's just road trip down to Cooperstown. We'll see the Baseball Hall of Fame. And I will totally admit that when we're watching the little video that they show at the entrance, we both cried.
That's nice. That's wonderful. But I mean, that's like very sweet and sentimental, and it makes sense. It means something very.
But
like,
CM Punk means that much to you that it's okay.
But then the added context of CM Punk versus Dax Harwood is really tough, you know.
But Dax Harwood's very good.
He is, and also one of my favorite wrestlers. But just to an outside observer, when I'm crying at this bald man wearing tights, it's a little tough, you know. It's a little tough to explain. But I appreciate the moral support. Steven did not offer me that kind of comfort a few weeks ago. Steven, you're a bully, Steven. Okay, that's what you are.
Come on, be a star.
Dude.
Steven's not a star.
I am not a star, dude.
You could never be a star, Steven. Fuck you, okay?
I'm such a fan of TJP to be a star, man.
Yeah, you really are. You really are, honestly. But no, that's CM Punk's favorite match, which is awesome. Like, I'm glad I was there for it. Exactly.
Honestly, Dax Harwood is low key getting super over, like somehow.
Low key. I feel like it's very high.
It's very high key by pretty much replicating Bret Hart at every opportunity.
Steven was there. Steven and I were both there for that Revival versus Briscoes match just like a few weeks ago. Did you get to check that out or no?
No, but I did watch Wheeler versus Harwood.
Ooh. Oh, that was also very good. They're
I like them a lot.
They're so cool.
Yeah, and
are they going to be in the pay-per-view?
I don't think so. I think they main evented Dynamite this past week.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I did like that Harwood's now doing the Bret Hart sternum bump into the turnbuckle.
That is pretty sick. Wait, by the way, speaking of their main event on Dynamite this past week, because FTR did fight, I think, Roppongi Vice in the main for the titles, and I think it was a DQ finish because who came out was the team. Oh my gosh, I'm a horrible person. Oh, actually, I remember the team. It was Jeff Cobb, and it was Great O'Khan from
sick.
Yeah, well, Jeff Cobb's re-debut because remember he part of
he
Inner
did
Circle.
that one-time appearance with Jericho.
But Great O'Khan's debut, which Great O'Khan's like a New Japan guy who's only started in New Japan since I stopped watching New Japan.
He's a boy to me.
Yeah, it seems that way because I checked on Twitter afterwards. And there was just all these photos of Great O'Khan in Las Vegas just riding dick, like gigantic dick statues they would pose next to and like sit on top of. It was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, so good for Great O'Khan. Loving America.
From my understanding, his original character before he went on excursion when he was a young lion was basically that he was an otaku.
Oh, cool.
That's the Kenny Omega gimmick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's just like a huge anime fan.
He's gonna fit in so well with Penta. This is awesome. This is so crazy.
Penta and Kenny, the boys, the weebs.
Let's go. Also, speaking of Jeff Cobb, I guess he and Keith Lee are buddies in real life, right? So they're working the same show. They're hanging out together in public, and a fan sees them in like a grocery store parking lot. And so she goes up to them. She's like, oh my god, can I take a photo? Can I take a photo? And she posted online that she's super excited to meet them. And she said like, oh my gosh, I finally got to meet at Real Keith Lee and at Samoa Joe. It's Jeff Cobb that she met. It wasn't Samoa Joe.
What?
It wasn't a joke either because in the comments she apologized. Was like, oh shit, I didn't realize I did not meet Samoa Joe.
How do you confuse us two?
I don't know.
I guess because she's only watched like Samoa Joe, right? I assume she saw Keith Lee. He's like, oh, that must be Samoa Joe.
They're both bulkier, like Pacific Islanders, you know.
Dudes.
Yeah. So she apologized and said, I actually met Hawaiian Jeff, which I feel like kind of redeemed it a little bit, you know, a little bit.
But that makes it seem like Jeff Cobb is lesser.
Hawaiian Jeff. I think
Hawaiian Jeff.
Pretty good nickname. But no, this poor Jeff Cobb.
Did she get bullied at least? She got bullied. This woman?
She got bullied. Well, what she deserves to be bullied about more so than not recognizing Jeff Cobb is that she posted the photo and it wasn't even a selfie. It was a photo of the two of them. And like
in a store?
Yeah, it wasn't like the Randy Orton bathroom photo where like she's taking it surreptitiously. But like she got the two of them to pose together, took the photo of them smiling, but she herself was not in it. Which is
I love the Sasha Banks airport photo. She looks like she's so miserable.
Oh my god. Poor Sasha. Poor Sasha.
I liked my my photo with Aiden English. That one's pretty sick.
Yeah, tell Sam about how you met our boy Aiden.
Yeah, so I went to the restroom and I saw Aiden English.
Well, tell him where you were first.
Where were you?
Yeah.
I was at an Overwatch League event, right, for the game Overwatch, and he happened to be a host for the event, which I did not know at all. And I saw him in the restroom when I went there. This is crazy, dude.
Yeah, I get a text from Steven, like, because he's shown up to this convention. He messages me a photo of this bald man on the stage, and he asks, "Is this Aiden English?" And it was, apparently.
I googled Aiden English, and I went to his Twitter, and he posts like a selfie at the event. Like, oh my gosh, why is he here?
Oh my goodness, Kermit the Frog is here.
Oh my god.
I heard his voice immediately. Like, oh my gosh, that has a weird voice.
Honestly,
it was.
I don't have too many more news stories, guys.
I did meet Simon Gotch.
I'm sorry about that. I think I met him too.
Well, yeah, he worked at Wild Zero show, and then Jay Freddy got a stinger.
What was that, Steven?
Did he talk about Enzo to you?
No, he didn't talk about Enzo to us.
The famous promo?
No, but like Sam just mentioned, he was in the main event, and he did drop like the #1 guy in the company on his head, ending the match after a minute, which was a little unfortunate, you know? Yeah, it's a little tough.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He was a very nice guy.
Of course. He did a seminar beforehand. But I don't know if he has the same drawing power as he did a few years ago, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What was his drawing power a few years ago?
I mean,
he could main event in Indy.
Yeah, you know.
That's fair.
That's fair. But by the way, did you guys see too about the Money in the Bank news going on right now, or no?
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. So originally, Sam, they were supposed to be in the Allegiant Stadium there in Las Vegas. Okay.
Oh yes, and they moved the venue.
Yeah. So Allegiant Stadium sits
because that's where the Raiders play. Mm-hmm. It's massive. Yeah. It's like a spaceship set down in the middle of Vegas.
So I guess the idea is they're planning to make Money in the Bank one of their like big pay-per-views, you know, like do more stadium shows, all that kind of stuff. And they announced out of nowhere this week they're actually going to be moving to the MGM Grand Arena, where the capacity is 17,000.
I saw a concert at the MGM Grand Arena.
Yeah,
I saw Aerosmith play there.
It's a cool venue. The only thing is they sold more tickets already for the stadium than there are seats in the MGM Grand. So I think some people are going to get screwed. Well, yeah, I think everyone's getting their money back, and they're just starting over with the sale. They're having a whole new sale.
Oh, that really sucks. For some people, like making airplane.
I know the question is like, I wonder if they'll even sell out the MGM Grand now.
They have to, right?
They will, right?
Well, because I mean, if they sold like say 18,500 tickets and there's only 17,000 people, then you have to imagine that like. A good number of those people will be like, well, if they're going to move it, the show must suck, so I'm not going to go.
That's fair.
And maybe they may only sell 16,000 tickets this time.
Maybe so. Also, I guess one thing, too, in wrestling, they have walk-up. I don't know I had a big something to wrestle with phase when I was 16, and I feel so much regret and remorse about that. I know. I'm sorry, Steven.
You're an awful person.
I know I am. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting, and I only remember it because it was about San Antonio, which is where I'm from and where I was, is that apparently like a lot of towns like more like south, and I don't know if Las Vegas necessarily count, they have like a lot of their business is like walk up, like day of, people buying tickets, which I wonder if that's the thing in Las Vegas. I doubt it.
It's 100% a thing in Vegas.
Okay, it is.
There's a lot of shows in Vegas that you can just walk up and go to.
Yeah, because even just like people that are there like out of town because they're in Vegas, they're like, oh shit, wrestling's here.
Exactly.
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 You think Hogan's being there, dude?
That's how I ended up seeing Aerosmith.
Oh, okay.
Because I was staying at the MGM Grand.
That's sick.
It was actually for my 18th birthday. My mom took my best friend and I. We spent a few days in Vegas, which is really cool. And then Aerosmith was there, and they didn't announce an opener, and it was Living Color.
Hey, that's
wow.
That's
badass. I love Living Color, Cult of Personality and otherwise.
Hell yeah! I've only seen Living Color once. It was at WrestleMania, so I feel like it's a good occasion to see them. And that was CM Punk's last WrestleMania. And I know, it's so sad.
That stinks, dude.
It does. I remember that day every day of my life.
Did you cry?
I did.
You didn't cry. You didn't know it wasn't gonna be his last.
No, you're right. But no.
Yeah, if you're crying, can you take a Z-Pack for that?
Yeah. By the way, we are in the perfect time frame of like 2014 to 2015 when we started this podcast. So we got to relive the Colt Cabana podcast with CM Punk. Oh my god.
Now they're no longer friends.
We've been it's months ago. That was like November of last year. In our lore, November of last year. And so many references I forgot about, like make Roman look strong.
Yeah.
And just I love it. Ryback being a big dumb piece of shit, you know, stupid fuck is what Ryback is. My apologies. And I miss it. I miss that era so dearly. Because I think that I told Steven a while. Yes, I do. I told Steven this is what. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
This is peak wrestling for me, man.
2015.
Wrestling was never
no one else.
Roman winning the Rumble. Nah, my peak wrestling is like a year and a half later. You know,
I would say like 2018 or so.
I'd say that
like the first brand split.
Brand split from 2016, like summer 2016 till like fall 2018. I'd say.
Yeah, like so. I think for me, peak wrestling ended after the first Gargano Ciampa match.
That's
after New Orleans.
Oh my god,
the unsanctioned match.
Do I have the poster? Oh, I wish I had a poster for that event. That's my favorite show ever because that's that
that is
ladder
like
match.
That was everything in that show is incredible.
Is that the North American title one, right?
Yeah. Again, I think that's
that was the unsanctioned one, the first one that they did where Ciampa came out with no entrance music, and they tore the ring up, and they did the DDT on the exposed wood, and
which is insane. That's the same show as the opener with this. Because if you put a gun to my head and you're like, JC, your favorite wrestling match of all time, I'm saying that 6-man match with Lars Sullivan,
the ladder match with EC3 and Lars Sullivan.
Boy.
Exactly. Don't you shit talk EC3, okay?
Also, was that the same match or the same event as Aleister Black and Velveteen?
Not Velveteen, because Velveteen was in that ladder match.
Oh right. Well, we're scrubbing him from history.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, a little bit. That elbow off the ladder, though. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it was the debut match of Adam Cole and Ricochet.
That was it. Yes.
Really?
That
was Ricochet's debut. Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
With the super kick on the moonsault.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like in the Dream Valley driver on the ladder that was hanging from the. Jesus Christ, that match. Oh,
what
it's
a
like
beautiful
50
match.
minutes. Thank you, Steven.
We need Wrestle Spot to talk about it on TikTok. We should
really
recommend it
do.
to him.
I love
Our boy
that.
Wrestle Spot.
I love the Ciampa Gargano match so much because it was the culmination of a 2-year story. I was so invested in the presentation of it. The fact that they made them sign a hold harmless agreement beforehand. The fact that because it was unsanctioned, the referee came out in a different shirt, just a black polo.
We don't talk about him anymore either.
Yeah, we don't. That's why I said the referee. The referee. QAnon supporter. But
you're a big Drake guy, right?
I didn't know that at all.
Oh, you didn't know that about Drake?
I didn't know.
Oh my god, yeah.
Crazy.
You didn't know? You better call somebody.
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
better call him right now.
You gotta call Drake, hit him up? That's pretty sick.
Right now, dude.
Massive QAnon supporter, anti-vaxxer, whole 9 yards. Got multiple members of the roster into QAnon.
Very cool, very fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's gonna get Steven into QAnon. That'll be sick.
Brian Kendrick was in that?
That's a great question.
He's
That's
gotta be, right?
Brian Kendrick, he's an anti-Semite.
Separate from QAnon?
Yeah, no, he thinks the Holocaust didn't happen.
This is so fucked. Wrestling's so weird, guys. Wrestling sucks, you know?
Dudes.
But Dax Harwood versus CM Punk? Oh
That
my
didn't suck.
god. There we go.
Gosh, dude.
Amazing wrestling,
How do we
amazing
get talking
wrestling.
about this?
I don't really know. But what I do know is I have one last news story. Steven, you told me not to talk about it. But guys, there's rumors. GCW, Brett Lauderdale, he might be faking COVID tests. Did you see that news, Sam, or no?
I did not, no.
Yeah, apparently, like, there was a group text that came out where, like, again, it's all very alleged, and I don't think I believe it, where basically he would send this dude a list of names that he needed negative COVID tests for, so that they could perform at his shows and everything. And, like, he would just get them photoshopped, essentially, right? But, and, like, so basically there was this whole entire movement of, like, fuck GCW, fuck Brett Lauderdale, all this kind of stuff. But the only stuff that makes me question it is that, one, it's their own policy that you need a negative COVID test. Like, they're not breaking laws.
Yeah.
It's like,
Makes sense.
they're tricking themselves, I guess. And then also, they've had wrestlers in the past not get their test in time or not test negative who weren't allowed on the shows. You know?
Well, maybe those were just people they didn't actually want to book, and it was a convenient excuse.
But Tony Deppen? That's like their boy. But maybe Brett Lauderdale's like, fuck Tony Deppen. They really did.
Like Neville. You know, like, oh, I'm not going over. Guys, flight travel, man. They canceled me, man.
Poor Tony. Poor Tony Deppen. But yeah, that's the rumor going around. Which, and the only thing that's super suspicious too is that I feel like Brett Lauderdale's very vocal when like accusations come out, but he was like, at the advice of my lawyer, I'm not allowed to comment at the time, which is like, oh, okay,
That's suspicious.
a little suspicious. But that is great if he's faking COVID tests for Schlack, you know, raging anti-Semite as well. But not Tony Deppen, the Jewish kid on his roster. Great.
Wait, who's an anti-Semite?
Well, I feel like the wrestling community's come out and been like, no, he's not actually. That's like stuff in the past. But Schlack is his name. He's like a deathmatch guy.
Huh.
Yeah, he's deathmatch, I think, Northeast guy. He's kind of crazy looking. He looks like an insane person with a mohawk and a beard. But again, I think it's all allegations.
Well, to be honest, a lot of people are anti-Semites.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the latest statistic from the ADL was like literally 1 in 3 people in the entire world are anti-Semitic.
Oh wow, 1 in 3.
Wow.
1 in 3.
That's such a high number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 33% of humanity. 33% of humanity hates Jews.
Wow.
That's a lot. Oh my gosh.
This is that's a little sad because that was my last news story. So we might be
want to hear another
note. Yeah, maybe to not go out on the note of anti-Semitism.
Last Saturday on a GCW
What, you're saying that you don't go around thinking about anti-Semitism all day? Is it just me?
I try my best.
Really dark.
Yeah.
Not even AEW dark, just legit dark.
Well, tell us about AEW dark, Steven.
So on last Saturday night on GCW's pay-per-view, Joey Janela had a match with Drew Parker, where he set his foot on fire and did a super kick. And of course, the guys at GCW didn't bring a fire extinguisher for this spot. So what they did instead was bring a bunch of water bottles and start squirting the fire.
Oh, did you see that
on
video,
his
Sam?
foot. That's just on fire.
Did you see that video? Yeah, Janela's foot was on fire.
Great.
They couldn't get it out. They got like a blanket in the ring at one point, or like a jacket.
They used water bottles for this. They splashed him with water, like mineral water.
Boy. Good for Joey,
It's
though.
such a bad spot.
Good for
Joey.
Yeah, honestly.
Wasn't even a good super kick was a thing.
I know.
It was such a garbage looking kick.
But
So yeah, that was pretty great.
That's what wrestlers have to look forward to once they're no longer with AEW, you know?
MJF and I think Samoa Joe no-showed FanFest for AEW.
True.
And I don't know if it's a storyline for MJF just like doing this.
Well, yeah,
I'm really confused by it.
Joe was double booked. He had like some voiceover session that he went to instead. But MJF, I guess the idea is he straight up just no-showed an autograph signing. And then all the big news last night was that apparently someone, there's no information on who, but someone had booked a plane ticket for MJF to leave Las Vegas yesterday, like last night. But apparently, as of this morning, no Maxwell Jacob Friedman got on that flight. I don't know how they confirmed that or whatever. But
how did they go by his wrestling name? There's an MJF here on this plane right now.
Honestly.
Imagine just being in the airport terminal and you just hear the little dun dun. Mr. Freeman, Mr. Maxwell Jacob Freeman, please come to the reception desk.
Honestly. But basically the idea here is that there's been weeks of MJF being very weird in interviews about how tense his relationship right now is with AEW, with Tony Khan, about wanting more money, being open to going to whatever wrestling company is willing to pay him the most, with some clear implications there.
Yeah.
And basically, it's very unclear of whether or not this is, real life or if it's, it's MJF.
I think he made a tweet saying, "What a joke company" or something like that.
Yeah,
and
basically,
you're
right. Because Tony Khan in an interview came out and he said, sometimes wrestling is best when you can't tell the difference between reality and what's real, what's not.
That's a
and then MJF responded and said, "What the fuck? This sucks." And then all the rumors came out about, well, not rumors. He just straight up no-showed the autograph session, right? And from there, the flight got booked. And now people were freaking out again yesterday. Is MJF going to no-show the pay-per-view? Because what the fuck? That's so unprofessional. What does this mean for the fans? What does this mean for Wardlow, who's about to have the biggest match of his career,
But we don't even know if he's going to no-show it.
We don't know if he's going to. And also, I think it's very funny. People keep pointing out online as it's like they're making a real point. I just think it's very amusing. People are like, you were the same guys who were supporting a week ago Sasha and Naomi walking out on the WWE. And now you're pissed at MJF, which is fair.
What I love about MJF is that he finds new ways to be a heel all the time. He finds new ways to get people to boo him. And I think that this may be him being onto something. The best way to get people to hate him is to not show up at all.
Yeah.
You see this? The new version of Brian Pillman?
I'm going to tell you a story real quick. So as we previously established, I'm a big baseball fan. My former stepdad was a huge Yankees fan. He got us tickets to like this fan fest thing, and they had autograph lines to meet the players and get baseball signed. And so I waited on the line for Mariano Rivera for 30 minutes. Mariano Rivera, one of the greatest closing pitchers of all time. 30 minutes I wait online. I'm next in line. I come up to him. Mariano Rivera calls over a security guard, stands up, and walks away. And the security guard says, "Mr. Rivera needs to use the restroom. He'll be right back." I'm there for 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And the security guard comes back and says, "Mr. Rivera's left the building. I'm sorry about
Oh, dude, you got...
that." And just for that, Mariano Rivera is now in the Hall of Fame. I would have voted against him because he stood up 11-year-old me for an autograph.
Fuck Mariano.
Hey.
Official stance of Following Lucha. Right here, right now.
Dude.
Yeah.
And so this is what I'm
you.
If that would do that to me, MJF no showing the autograph signing
works.
entirely is an incredible heel move.
Yeah, and they basically, what they said is to all the people that were in his line, hey, we have a ton of other AEW guys here, pick whatever one you want and just go to them instead. You know,
they didn't do that for me. They were like, oh, you want like Derek Jeter's autograph instead? Better wait an hour and a half on his line.
Well, that's tough. That's
Which wrestler would you pick for this event if you were there?
Ooh,
for MJF's
this is a great question.
Departure.
I'm a little pissed off.
Mine would be John Silver.
John Silver, that's a pretty good one.
I'm picking, dude.
That's a pretty good one. Mine's probably Cash Wheeler, if I'm gonna be honest. Thank you.
Boy, Wheeler.
But no, I'm going to Access over the years for like all the WrestleManias my dad and I would go to. You would like learn about like who like really like nice, just genuinely nice wrestlers were, because like I was in Paige's line one time and like it was fucking massive. And like it got to a point where she ran out of her session, like she had to move like on, like leave, do whatever else, and another wrestler was gonna come on, and she like legit like ignored everyone who was telling her like to stop, and she got up because like Access is very secure, like everyone's behind the table, you can't get close to them, all that kind of stuff. She just got up and went through the line, like stood and like took selfies with everybody, which was like so nice of her. And then the person who replaced her was Bayley, so I got to meet Bayley instead.
Oh my god!
I know, and this is Bayley, like
lucky
NXT champion Bayley, so oh my god,
that's peak Bayley,
honestly. And then I was supposed to meet what just happened? I was supposed to meet Roman Reigns. And Sam, are you alive? Is your phone alive?
Yes, I'm at 7%.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. We definitely have enough to make it. One last story. This is not a good story. I was in line to meet Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and because they were at the table together during the Shield, and I got cut off like 15 people away from them. They didn't do all the selfies, and who I got to meet instead was Zeb Coulter, Jack Swagger, and Cesaro, the real Americans.
Well, Cesaro's hype,
I guess, but like, I could have met the big dog,
Yeah. Well,
or the big dog.
Ooh-ah.
You could have met the little dog.
I met Seth Rollins instead, which like, that was like a day later. He was at a different table by himself.
You're like, oh, instead of Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, I met Seth Rollins.
Exactly.
Oh, woe is me. I'm
me.
JC Cola, and I approve this message.
Exactly. I have one photo with American Alpha, and Chad Gable is making the angriest fucking face ever made. He hated me, okay? He's frowning in his photo.
Is he a heel?
No, he was a good guy. He was
Why did he make an angry face of you?
I don't know. I'll pull up the photo, but he hated me. AJ Lee was lovely to me. I love AJ. AJ Lee, Dolph Ziggler were amazing. My favorite was Rusev because he was in character the whole time. No, not really. I think it was just kind of miserable. But he's just like
being a dick.
No, I mean kind of. But like, he was just like not frowning, but just like making no face for all the photos, just kind of staring and like not making much conversation.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like baseball players have had autographs signed for me now, and like I mean a lot of them like they didn't necessarily take time out of their day because like they're warming up or whatever, and they kind of can't.
That's fair.
But a lot of them were very nice. Maybe the nicest, I was like 5 years old and I met Todd Zeal, who was like a utility player for the Mets way back when. He's now one of the broadcasters, and he took like 5 minutes out of his day to talk to like 4-year-old me. He was very nice.
That's super cool.
I mean, I talked to Aiden English for like 5 minutes.
You talked to Aiden English in front of a urinal, so that's cool.
English
but screw Mariano Rivera.
His 5 live run, was sick.
Mariano Rivera can suck it.
Yeah. Rusev, Rusev was good. He redeemed it because my dad said, Rusev, smile. And Rusev said, I'm smiling on the inside. And he just like glared into the camera. So it worked. It worked. It was okay. It was okay.
Dude, your dad is really known for his wrestling videos he's been making.
My
like
dad?
On like the Zack Ryder.
You mean
like,
the
YouTube
Z
channel?
True Long Island Story he was a part of? You're right.
Wait,
I
what?
love that.
He was on True Long Island Story?
He was, because we went, our very first WrestleMania we went to was 28, which was peak Zack Ryder. I've told this story on the podcast before. And we, like, my favorite wrestler at the time was Zack Ryder. The reason my dad got into wrestling was because he liked Zack Ryder.
It's from Long Island too, right? Was that
Yeah,
also-
well, my dad's from Queens, but it's close enough. It's close
Close
enough.
enough. Yeah.
And we showed up and we really wanted Zack Ryder to be at our access session. We had no clue how access worked because that was our first one, and he wasn't there. Like, he wasn't announced for the signing, but just wandering around the event was fucking Chiapetta. Do you remember Chiapetta, the little bald dude who was Zack Ryder's friend on Z True Long Island Story?
I think I've heard the name before.
Okay, yeah, he's just like a little dork, a little nerd that Zack Ryder was friends with in high school and like just filmed his videos with, okay? But we recognized him and we're like, oh my god, Chiapetta! And we got so excited and we're like, we wanted to meet Zack. And we saw he was here earlier today and he's not going to be at the session. And Chiapetta was like, well, maybe just stick around a little longer, okay? You might be like pleasantly surprised. And then we stuck around. And access, I'm not too sure how familiar you are, but it's a bunch of like different lines, tables, and like Zack Ryder just came out into the venue, into the convention center, just like walking around with his phone, filming Z True Long Island Story, and just was like there for like half an hour, walking around, talking to people, filming himself. And so my dad's there in the video. I had a photo on WWE.com of him signing my action figure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and
you're on the site?
yeah, I'm on the site. That's how I got that photo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like their
big
photo.
News, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're famous.
I really am. And
Maybe
then we
get
met his dad afterwards, Zack Ryder's dad. So it was a wonderful time. It was a wonderful time.
You didn't meet the Big O.
No Big O. Big O was not there. Fuck.
What about Big E?
Big E? I did meet Big E, actually. It's the blurriest photo I have in the world.
Big E's out of the netcast now.
That's good. That's awesome.
Right?
That is very cool. That is very cool. But guys, we're about 2 hours in. We've
I got one more news.
Oh
I got
my
one
god.
more.
Okay, make it good,
Friday
Steven.
Night SmackDown. So you know our boy Shanky, right?
Okay.
His new gimmick is dancing to Jinder's theme. And last Friday on SmackDown, Ricochet's girlfriend was like a ring announcer, right? Samantha. And Shanky's like dancing in front of her, trying to flirt with our boy's girl, dude.
Oh my!
I can't deal with this, man.
Shanky,
I can't deal with this.
This is going to be a huge drama.
Shanky cucked
can't.
Trevor.
I can't do this, man. Okay.
Oh my!
If Shanky cucked Trevor, dude, I'm quitting. I'm quitting, dude. Fuck
The
this
podcast is
wrestling,
over.
dude.
Trevor's gone through enough. Okay.
You gotta defend our boy Trevor.
We really do. He's had a tough life as is. But it would make sense if you got cucked by Shanky. You know, like it kind of adds up.
Like 10 foot tall, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean,
It's all in the lore.
Got abs.
What was that?
Abs, like an 8-pack.
Oh, Shanky does? I know.
Yes.
His abs are beautiful. Yeah. That's a wonderful story to go out on, Steven. Thank you so much for that. I can't wait to see Shanky dancing. Oh
I mean,
my
maybe it's
gosh.
dark. I don't know. This could end really dark.
Yeah, I mean,
It loses.
someone should probably call his mama.
Someone probably should. But guys, this has been Following Lucha, a very special edition of Following Lucha featuring the Sam Gelfand. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Steven, what the fuck did you say? Your microphone got horrible in the last hour.
The first guest host of Following Lucha,
First
dude.
guest host is absolutely right. So
I really hope that the segment about Batista will not destroy my career.
Oh. No, I read all the
make a TikTok
cock and penis parts, so we're okay. We are A-okay. But guys,
That's really good.
follow us online. We're most places, but TikTok's where we're actually at, you know?
Remain.
That's our main.
On the clock.
Go leave comments.
And
Go.
the party never stops.
Exactly. Go tell us that we're not real journalists, okay? Which is, you can attest now from being on this podcast, we are nothing but hard journalism here at Following Lucha, okay?
Being on this podcast has made me less of a real journalist.
I don't understand what this means. I am so sorry to hear that. I'm going to cut that part out.
Comments about not being real wrestling journalists, we can now slap them with this episode.
Exactly. Yeah, that part's getting cut. We're going to show them this man, and we're good, okay? We're good. So, guys, we'll be back next week. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.